Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto's mother was Kami and Shinigami. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Hellwalker and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1. Birth of a Legend. Pave of Sealing Konohagakure no Sato. Minato Namikaze, I will kill you. Once I get out from this fucking bed I will definitely kill you for putting me in this situation, you moron, came voice of a Ryudeed woman who is lying on rocky platform, what seems like a bed. Now Kushina-chan, just keep pushing, it will be over soon. Came voice of a shitlessly scared man who has yellow spiky gravity-defying blonde hair, blue azure eyes, wearing standard Konohagakure flask jacket, blue shinobi pants, blue forehead protector with leaf symbol, standard shinobi sandals with a short-sleeved long white haori closed in front by a thin orange rope. Said haori is decorated by red flames licking lower part of haori and kanji of 4th Hokage, written vertically downwards from neck. What do you know, what I am going through, you baka cage? Yelled the Ryudeed woman now known as Kushina. Kushina has a slender but feminine built, fair skin, violet eyes, fiery red hair that fell down to her ankles. She is wearing high-collared short-sleeved dress with shinobi sandals. Now Kushina-chan, relax, and he wasn't able to finish his statement as another voice interrupted. Hokage-sama, said voice belongs to the female medic ninja who is attending Kushina. Hokage-sama, it's a boy. Kushina-sama has given birth to a healthy boy, said medic. Tears started to form in Minato's eyes. Do you hear the, Kushina-chan, it's a boy. You have done it, now we are a family, I am a father, it's all because of you, thank you Kushina-chan, now we are not alone anymore, we have a family, a son, said Minato in shocked voice. Only answer he received is a slight nod from a equally emotional Kushina. So Minato-kun, what should we name him? Do you have any ideas? Databane asked Kushina happily. You are very excited, aren't you? But yeah, I have, I can see he will becoming an amazing shinobi. Even better than both of us, I will teach him everything I know and mold him into a person who cares for his village and comrades more than anything, and who knows, he may even become Hokage someday. Namikaze Naruto. Kushina facepalmed but soon smiled at the name Minato gave to their child. Just leave it to you to name our son after topping of ramen. But I promise you Naruto-kun that I will not let anything harm you. I will give you all the love that I always wanted in my childhood, that's a promise of a lifetime, Databane thought Kushina. You can come out now, said Minato, his voice very cold and devoid of any emotions. I am impressed, even while using my best stealth technique you are able to sense me, you truly are a genius Yondaime Hokage. Said new voice as a figure appeared from a vortex. Who are you, and how did you find this place? Are you working for Iware Kumo? Answer me or I will kill you right where you are standing. Said Minato in same deadly and cold voice. My name is Uchiha Madara, and you may know me as one of the founding fathers of Konoha, and I am here for her, said Madara, pointing his index finger towards Kushina. What, Uchiha Madara? It can't be, you cannot be Uchiha Madara, he is dead. Shodai Hokage-sama killed him in Valley of the End. He said frantically. Oh, I am very much alive, I can assure you that. That fool Hashirama never killed me, he thought he did, but I survived, it just took me a bit long to get back in top shape, that's all, Madara smugly replied. Well then I will just have to finish what Shodai-sama started all those years ago, Minato said, drawing a Hiraishin kunai from kunai pouch. You are more than welcome to try, but I don't, you will be able to land even a single hit, Madara said in monotone. We will see, Minato replied and disappeared in a yellow flash, only to appear behind Madara with Rasengan in hand. Madara didn't even move a muscle, just stood there unmoving with an amused smirk on his face, not that anyone could see it because of his face covered in an orange spiral mask. His smirk grew even wider as he saw Minato's shocked expression when said men's Rasengan passed through his body like it's not even there. What the hell, my Rasengan passed through his body, but how a Jinjutsu? No, my Jinjutsu seal is still inactive. That means a hologram. He was pulled out of his stupor by an excruciating pain in his right leg. Looking down he saw a kunai embedded just above his kneecap. Pain is real, so he is not a hologram, that can only means one thing, a space-time ninjutsu. But I have never heard about a jutsu by which user can dematerialize himself on his will, he thought. You can't hit me, just give up, Madara said smirking. We will see about that, I will just have to wait until that space-time ninjutsu of yours drop. Minato replied. Madara's visible eye widened at Minato's quick access of situation. What, he figured that out just by a single move, no wonder you are called a genius, Namikaze Minato. You figured that out rather quickly, I will give you that, but I don't have time to play with you anymore, Madara replied and started walking towards Kushina's bed. I don't think so, Uzumaki Hijutsu. I know Jiryoku, Uzumaki secret arts. Eternal gravitation, yelled Minato as he slammed both of his hands in ground, and area near Madara starts to glow light blue before crumbling into dust. Jutsu don't on me Namikaze Minato came Madara's voice from other side of the room, you can't stop me not with your current skill, just sit back and watch the show. He closed his left eye and opened again, but instead of regular black eye it's blood red with pinwheel pattern in it. DT that's Mangekyo Sharingan, so you really are Uchiha Madara, since he is the only one in history of Uchiha clan who has that eye. Tsukiyomi. Spiritual world of darkness, called Madara as red chakra starts to seeps out of Kushina body. What have you done, yelled Minato. Nothing much, I am very bored, since you are not much of a challenge, so I released the fox. I hope you don't mind, I will return it after some time, he replied. Red chakra continues to leak out of her body and stars to take 4 in one tail, 2 tail in just 1 minute, all 9 tails are formed, and just like that chakra vanished like it's not there from the beginning. And a huge blast of killing intent, Kai from now, flooded whole area near Konohagakure no Sato. So that's why you came here to unleash 9-tailed demon fox on village. Tears freely falling from his eyes as he watched his wife's lifeless body lies on stone platform. If it takes that much time for you to figure out, then you are not as much of a genius as people say you are, Madara said in a monotone voice. Well, I should be going now. Well, we will meet again if you survive this, said Madara and disappeared in vortex again. Minato starts walking towards Kushina lifeless body, many emotions flaced across his still teary eyes, but most evident are pain and regret. Pain or losing his wife and regret that he was not strong enough to protect his wife and mother of his newborn son. Okajima came voice from entrance of the cave. He didn't even turn around to see who it is and replied, what is it? Kakashi, now named Kakashi, replied, it's 9-tailed fox, it's near front gates of the village. Sensei Minato took a deep breath and said, I am coming, go ahead, I will be there in a minute. Hi Hokage-sama, replied Kakashi and disappeared in a leaf shunshin. Forgive me Kushina, it looks like we both won't be here for our son as we promised. But I can't kill that fox and have to resort on that jutsu. I just hope that our village looks our son as a hero who holds Kyuubi at bay and saves each and every one of them from demon fox every day, thought Minato as he walks up to pram in which Naruto is sleeping soundly. He scooped his little frame in his hands and also leaves by Hiraishin no Jutsu. Flying Thunder God technique. End chapter. Chapter 2. Battle of Konohagakure. Few minutes before Kyuubi's escape near main gate in forest of Konohagakure. Barrier and Infiltration Detection Department. Basement Level 3 Chakra Detection Squad. Did you sense that Satoshi-san, asked a middle-aged man in regular Konoha-jounin attire. Hi Raikou-san, it's coming from Cave of Ceiling and it's exactly like trailed of Satoshi. Yeah, it's Kyuubi's Yaki, inform head Taichu, immediately ordered Raikou. On it Raikou-san, said Satoshi as he left the room. Basement Level 2, Commanding Office. Ido Taichu, a huge chakra signature is detected from Cave of Ceiling, said Satoshi as he came blasting through front door. What, find out to whom this chakra belongs to and report back, ordered the head of Barrier and Infiltration Department Urahara Kaido. We already did Taichu, it's Kyuubi's Yaki, there is no doubt about it. And it's increasing at a very high speed, what are our orders? Replied Satoshi. Inform Anbu headquarters fast, they must have sensed Kyuubi's Yaki, go, ordered Kaido. Hi Taichu, replied Satoshi as he disappeared in leaf shunshin. Ox, lion, tiger, said Kaido as 3 individuals dressed in full Anbu attire dropped from ceiling of the room. Orders Taichu chored all 3 of them at the same time. Ox, go to Sarutobi compound and inform Sandaime-sama about the situation. Then head to contact and response headquarters and help them evacuate all the civilians from the village hall, ordered Kaido. Hi Taichu, said Ox, masked Anbu and disappeared in leaf shunshin. Lion, inform village guards about this and seal all exits of the village. Do not let any civilian enter or exit village until further notice, said Kaido. Hi Taichu, said Lion and disappeared in traditional leaf shunshin. Tiger, gather seal, squirrel and rabbit. And meet me at Alpha Point, we are going to put a barrier around the village, said Kaido as Tiger also disappeared in leaf shunshin. Hitomi, Kaido shouted as a young woman maybe about 14 with brown hair and black eyes came into room. Hi Taichu, Hitomi said timidly. Gather all members present in HQ at the moment, we are going to need as many hands on deck as possible, Kaido said as Hitomi also leaves the room. Minato, what the hell is happening? I thought you have this all planned out, thought Kaido as he started moving towards Alpha Point to put up the barrier. Sarutobi compound, Konohagakure no Sato. Sandaime Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen was sitting in his study. Giggling perversely like a schoolgirl and donating blood from his nose to his carpet, trust me, not a good sight to see, while reading the also famous orange book commonly known Icha Paradise. He was brought out of his stupor when he sensed a massive killer intent so potent that his own looks like a genin's. Sandaime-sama, came Ox's voice as he appeared in Hiruzen's study. Ox, what the hell is happening out here? Asked Sandaime in his Kami no Shinobi mode. Hi Sandaime-sama, the barrier and infiltration has detected a huge spike of Kyuubi's chakra from Cave of Ceiling. Since Yondaime-sama is not here, you are the only one who can lead our shinobi forces. Very well, gather all genin and chunin and evacuate all civilians to safe house at Naru River, that is the only place which can stand a Biju's attack," said Sandaime as Ox once again disappeared in poof of smoke. "Og, Crow," said Sandaime as two Anbu dropped from the ceiling of the house. "Orders, Sandaime-sama," both Anbu said at the same time. "Og, go to cave of ceiling and find out what happened there, also inform Minato about this whole mess," said Hiruzen as dog masked Anbu bowed respectfully and disappeared in a poof of smoke. "As for you, Crow, gather all jounin and meet me at front gate of the village," said Hiruzen as Crow masked Anbu leaved in a flock of crow. "I hope you both are alright, Minato-kun," Kushina-chan thought Sandaime as he changed into his battle armor. "Let's get this over with." 2 minutes later at front gate of Konohagakure no Sato. "How many jounin we currently have in village?" asked Sandaime to the jounin commander of the village. "At the moment there are about 350 jounin in village, most of the high level are out on missions. Outside Land of Fire," said jounin commander Nara Shikaku, head of Nara clan. Hiruzen gritted his teeth. Nearly 80% of village's military force is outside High no Kuni Land of Fire, this will not end up well. "How about Anbu operatives, how many you have right now?" asked Hiruzen. "Not many, Sandaime-sama, nearly 250-300 at the most," said Anbu commander in bear mask. "Then there is only one choice, we have to stall Kyuubi until Minato-kun arrives," said Hiruzen with a bit of anger in his voice. "I know, Sandaime-sama, we only have nearly 10% of our total forces. But we cannot just depend on Yondaime-sama alone," Nara Shikaku replied, a bit annoyed by previous leader's submissive tone. "That's not what I am saying, Shikaku. As we all know, a Biju is nothing but a gigantic massive chakra with consciousness, so they are immortal, we cannot kill them. Sealing them is the only option, we have to stall until Minato-kun arrives with new host of Kyuubi," explains Hiruzen. "Only a newborn can become a Jinchuriki, so that's why Yondaime-sama is not here, he is searching for a new host," said Bear Mask Anbu commander. Hiruzen shaked his head from side to side. "No, both of you knew Minato very well, do you think he will ask a random civilian family if he can't to sacrifice their child? He can prevent that from happening." Both Jounin and Anbu commanders' eyes widened as they realize what Sandaime is saying. "By the looks on your face, I think you know what is going to happen now. Both of you were present when Minato and Kushina were getting married. Today is Kushina's due date, maybe because of the childbirth Mito-sama's seal got weakened and Kyuubi escaped. As far as I know, Minato, he will use his own child for sealing ritual," Hiruzen said with remorse in his voice. Both commander lowered their heads as they know what the child will be facing while growing up. "Sandaime-sama, all Jounin and Anbu are here and waiting for your orders," said Crow Mask Anbu. "Let's go, we can't do anything just by standing here," said Hiruzen as all of them disappeared in leaf shunshin. "My fellow Konoha shinobi, today we are facing a very grave danger. Kyuubi no Kitsune is moving toward our village. And we are going to protect our village with our lives. We are going to show the whole world why Konoha is considered the strongest village in elemental nations. We will fight to protect our future, our friends, family, home. The will of fire can never be extinguished. We will fight until our last breath and we will win," Sandaime Hokage said in his God of Shinobi mode. Cheers erupted as Sandaime's speech ends. "We nearly have 600 shinobi here. Divide yourselves in 4 groups. First strike group will contain Suiton users, I will lead them myself. Since Suiton can be used both offensive and defensive purposes, we will strike from the front. Second group will be made of Doton users, they will provide teens to front assault group and will also protect village from any wayward jutsu. Third group will be consists of Kaiten users, this group will attack from east side of forest of Konohagakure. After first assault they will fall back and will join main assault squad. Fourth group will consist of Raiten users and this group will attack from the west side of forest of Konohagakure. This group will also fall back after initial strike and will join first group. Any questions?" Silence reigned, nobody dared to argue Shinobi no Kami's orders. "In about 5 minutes Kyuubi will be here, so second group form as many defensive walls around the village as you can," ordered Sandaime, and all Doton users stated to do hand seals. "Doton Yude Nadoriheki no Jutsu, Earth Release. Majestic Earth Wall," shouted nearly 125 shinobi at the same time, and hundreds of mud wall can be seen surrounding the whole village like a cocoon. "Very well, all groups take your positions and wait for the signal," said Sandaime, and second and third group disappeared to their positions. 5 minutes for Konoha shinobi was like centuries. And finally Kyuubi no Kitsune finally reached the main gates of Konohagakure no Sato with 9 majestic tails waving hypnotically. "Sandaime-sama, it's time," said Shukaku. "Yeah, activate the signal," ordered Sandaime, and Bear started making hand seals when he stopped. A blinding light shot from his mouth, signaling all shinobi that the assault has begun. "Everyone at once," Sandaime shouted, and shinobi of first group started going through hand seals. "Suiton. Suryuiden no Jutsu, Water Release. Water Dragon Bullet Technique, shouted all the members of first group as hundreds of water dragon longed towards the great kitsune. The frontal assault has begun, now it's our turn, let's do it, leader of third and fourth group shouted, and shinobi from both group also started going through hand seals. Kaiten. Kiryu Enden no Jutsu, fire release. Fire Dragon Flame Bullet Technique, shouted all the members of third group as hundreds of fire dragon longed towards Kyuubi from the east side of the forest. Fourth group soon followed their example and released their own Jutsu Raiden. Raijutsuga, Lightning Release. Lightning Beast Tracking Fang. All attacks hit their respective target and shinobi from all groups started cheering like fangirls. But their cheering stopped as a blast of raw yaki cleared the smoke and reveled the unscraced kitsune, who is charging another owl of yaki between its tail. Fall back and regroup at main gate, ordered leader of third and fourth group, and shinobi of the respective group started to fall back towards village's main gate. Not even a single scratch, how the hell are we supposed to defeat that thing, shouted a shinobi. Many soon followed. Hold your courage, this is not over until even a single one of us is alive, will of fire will not extinguish, we will fight until our last breath, roared Sandame, begin going through a set of hand seals. Oten. Ichime Wajishin no Jutsu, earth release. Monolithic earthquake, shouted Sandame and placed both his hands on ground as it begun to shake violently and crumbled beneath Kyuubi. All shinobi present started cheering as Kyuubi lost its footing and falls in the crater created by Sandame. But it does not last very lost as Sandame started to collapse in his place. Many shinobi started to move towards Sandame to prevent him from collapsing, but were beaten by a man sitting on top of an orange frog. You shouldn't use Shadame-sama Kinjutsu in your age, sensei, said the unknown man from top of the frog. Ajj Jiraiya K kun Yuri Lati Agin, said Sandame, barely conscious. Take some rest, sensei, I will handle the rest now, named Jiraiya said. Make us sure VLH is style LT here WW when I wacky up, Sandame replied before losing consciousness. Sandame-sama shouted many shinobi as their leader lost consciousness. Don't worry, he is just unconscious, this old monkey will not die this easily, Jiraiya said while giggling. Jiraiya-sama, thank goodness you are here, Shikaku said. Of course you are, and started dancing on top of his toad while introducing himself. All the shinobi present there sweet-dropped at Jiraiya's introduction. Jiraiya, a big man standing 6'3", about 38 years old, with red flask jacket with fishnet suit underneath, wearing a custom headband with oil written in kanji, white-haired and wearing goddess sandals, with a big scroll straped on his back. Jiraiya-sama, you do remember we are in middle of a battle, asked Anbu commander. Of course I do, now take sensei somewhere safe, I will deal with the damn foe, said Jiraiya, but was cut off as a ball of yaki hit the defensive wall of the village, killing nearly 3/4 of the shinobi present. And 1/4 of the village. Fuck, I should have paid attention, thought Jiraiya. Jiraiya-sama, what should we do now? Nearly 50 shinobi are left, asked Shikaku worriedly. Fall back, I will take care of things from here, shouted Jiraiya and summoned another toad. Kuchius no Jutsu Gamabunta. Summoning Jutsu. Gamabunta. Jiraiya, you pervert, why do you summon me here for, roared Gamabunta. We don't have time for this now, Gamabunta, please distract Kyuubi until I prepare my jutsu. Jiraiya said in unnaturally serious tone. Very well, but I won't be able to hold it for more than half a minute, said Gamabunta. Page Bunshin no Jutsu. Shadow Clone Jutsu, said Jiraiya and formed 3 Shadow Clone. Okay guys, take your positions, we don't have much time to do it. All Shadow Clone nodded and head to their assigned positions. All 3 Shadow Clone took their positions and started going through hand seals. Gamabunta, release yourself. Gamabunta nodded and disappeared in a poof of smoke. As the smoke disappeared, all Jiraiya stopped their hand seals and put their hands on ground and shouted. Oten. Yami Numa, earth release. Swamp of Underworld, a swamp is created in 1 mile radius around Kyuubi and started to consume it wholly. Man, I am spent, I never thought it will take that much chakra to create 3 shadow clones and using Yami Numa with them. Said Jiraiya. You did it, Jiraiya-sama, you defeated the demon Yo, but they were interrupted as a massive amount of yaki was shot from the swamp that devoured the Kyuubi. What, I have never seen someone breaking free from that jutsu just by overpowering it, thought Jiraiya. But he was brought to the world of living as he sees a ball of yaki coming straight towards him. So this is it, how honorable way of going, fighting an enemy much stronger than yourself. At least my story ending just like I thought. Maybe I am not a sore loser after all, thought Jiraiya as he closed his eyes waiting for the pain, but it never come. I can't let you die this early, sensei, who is going to take care of Naruto-kun after me, asked Minato as he put Jiraiya down. And started walking towards Kyuubi. Now you damn fox, say goodbye to world once again, you are going back in seal, roared Minato while making crossfinger head seal. Chapter 3, Child of Prophecy, Council Meeting. Konohagakure no Sato front gate. I can't let you die this early, sensei, who is going to take care of Naruto-kun after me, asked Minato as he put Jiraiya down. And started walking towards Kyuubi. Now you damn fox, say goodbye to world once again, you are going back in seal, roared Minato while making crossfinger head seal. Minato, maybe we can still win this, thought Jiraiya while seeing his prized pupil on the battlefield. It was nice knowing you, sensei. But this will be the last time we will face an enemy together, exclaimed Minato. What the hell are you talking about me? Then it clicked to him what his student going to do by seeing a newborn child on his back. You are going to use the jutsu, aren't you, Minato gaki, and is that Jiraiya trailed off knowing pretty well whose child he has on his back. That is the only way, as you can see we can't defeat Kyuubi, it's not known as Immortal Biju for nothing, you know. Said Minato while cluckling at the last part. And yes, this child I am holding is mine and Kushina's. I can't burden any civilian child if I am not willing to do same with my own, can I, sensei? Take good care of my son, sensei, and teach him everything that you have taught me. Just don't turn him into a pervert like you. I am passing my son's responsibility to you, after all you are his godfather. I will not disappoint you, Minato, said Jiraiya. I know, sensei, said Minato warmly while looking at his sensei. But now let's end this. Page Bunshin no Jutsu, Shadow Clone Technique, Minato shouted, and in a puff of smoke, 20 exact replica was standing in front of Yondaime. You know what to do, guys, on with it, ordered real Minato as his clones saluted and divided themselves in two groups to perform their tasks. Real Minato threw a Hiraishin kunai before going through a set of hand seals and shouted Kage kunai, no jutsu shadow kunai technique, one kunai multiplied into 50 and scattered across the battlefield. Kyuubi roared, exhaled and started trashing its 9 tails to get rid of pesky clone. Let's see how you deal with this, shouted Minato and disappeared in a yellow flash, only to appear next to the hind limbs of Great Beast with a blue ball of spiraling energy in his right hand. Adama Rasengan, big ball spiraling sphere, shouted Minato, while drilling ball of chakra, due to which the Great Beast roared in pain. What the fuck, not even a scratch, this is not going to be easy, thought Minato, while giving signal to his clone to perform their own part. That's the signal, let's go guys, said leader of first group. While taking their positions around rampaging Biju. Let's see how you deal with this bastard. Said Clone 1 while going through hand seals with other clones of first group. Uzumaki Hijutsu. Ion no Jiryoku. Uzumaki Secret Arts. Eternal Gravitation. All clones shouted and pounded their hands on ground as it started to glow and crumbled beneath Kyuubi due to increased gravity. Alright guys, hold the jutsu until I, said Minato, but was cut off due to gigantic amount of chakra releasing from the Great Beast. This is not good, it's charging Bijudama. If this hits there will be no Konoha on the map of elemental nations, he thought. Return to village gate and put up a barrier now, Minato ordered, and all shadow clone of first unit disappeared in a yellow flash. All clones of unit 1 appeared in front of village gate and started going through a set of hand seals before placing their hands on ground and shouted. Uzumaki Hijutsu. Go Sorementeru Barrier. Uzumaki Secret Arts. 5-layer elemental barrier. And a nearly 60-foot barrier of different color came into existence, covering the whole village in a protective dome. I just hope the barrier is strong enough to take a straight hit from Bijudama or we are doomed, thought the leader of clone unit. Few minutes earlier, Hokage monument on Yondaime's head. The lone figure can be seen sitting on top of Yondaime's head with his Mangekyo Sharingan blazing and looking and enjoying his handiwork. It looks like you are enjoying the show, came a heavy voice out of nowhere. The reason I came here is because Nagato has found some pretty useful people for our objective and wants you to do some background check on them. Masked man didn't even turn to see who is it and replied, alright, give me their profiles and current locations, I will do their background check later. As he said this, a figure came out of ground. Wearing same attire as his companion, black cloak with red clouds, but the most striking feature about this man is that his head is black in color on right side and white on left. It is also enclosed between two Venus flytrap-like extensions coming out from his upper part of his clock, and he has yellow eyes and short green hair. He is also wearing a ring on his right hand's middle finger with kanji of Guy, Boar, on it. Here by profile they look pretty useful, said black part of flytrap men. Yeah, I agree, but the main problem is will you be able to manipulate them, white part chimed in and handed over the sack of paper to the man still lounging on the stone head. Madara took the sack of paper and started going through profiles of different individuals and their abilities. So what do you think, asked the white part of flytrap. Madara nodded his head and said, yeah, Hoshigaki Kisame, Kakuzu, Sasori offered Sand and Tsubaki Biwa, these are some interesting people and will be easy to manipulate. You sure I understand about Kakuzu with his money obsession and Sasori since he wants strong corpses which we can provide because of our goal. But I don't think the other two will be willing to join us easily, White Half said while looking at the fighting going on the outskirts of village. Madara just waved his hand dismissively before saying, you worry too much, Setsu. Well, you are right about first two, but when my plans with Mizu no Kuni starts, last two will be more than willing to join us. As far as I know Kisame is not much liked in Kiri and is treated like outcast because of his sentinel sword. And its control over him. Same way Tsubaki also does not have any ties with village because of his parents' assassination by council and his unique Kekkei Genkai bloodline limit. If you don't have any problem with them then I don't have either. One more thing, Pain is going to assault in few hours and wants you to follow your part of the deal, said now named Zetsu. Tell him I will be there, but for now let's just enjoy the show, Madara said, still not taking his eyes off the fight. Very well, but we should get out of here before that Bijidama hits and left us in a streaming mess, Black Zetsu said. Don't fret about it, as far as I know Namek is Minato, he will not let the village get destroyed. Front gate. All the shinobi who are still conscious gulp, seeing a ball of concentrated chakra coming right towards them. Do you think his barrier will be able to survive a hit from Bijidama? Jiraiya asked leader of clone unit. If it was some different barrier then I would say we are fucked, but it's a special barrier I learned from Mito-sama's personal library, so don't worry about it, Sensei Clone Minato said with a reassuring smile. Alright guys, pour every bit of chakra you can without dispelling yourself, ordered leader of clone squad. And all clones poured large amount of chakra in the barrier and it started to glow. Everyone's gulped as the mighty Bijidama was about to came in contact with the barrier and moved a bit further from the barrier. Alright guys, it's time, pump your chakra in your feet and don't lose your ground or everyone will be dead before we even blink. Everyone ready? Asked the boss clone and received a high on count of 3. We are going to initiate the barrier. One Bijidama keeps coming closer towards the barrier. 2. All the clones exhaled slowly and formed a tiger seal and waited for their order. 3. All the clones roared at the same time before shouting Go Serementeru Barrier. Kai. The barrier started glowing once again when Bijidama came in contact with barrier surface. For a few seconds nothing happened and then suddenly a blinding white light filled the whole area. The light is so bright that everyone in the radius of few kilometers were forced to close their eyes or risk getting blind and then. A large explosion violently shook the earth around Konoha, which results in demolition of many buildings. When the smoke cleared, the only reason people can't say that it's still Konoha was because of Hokage Monument and buildings away from the entrance which are left standing. The barrier which protected all the people inside was still standing, but with more than 100 human-sized holes on it. And through the holes path of destruction can be seen. Whole front wall and front gate was in rubble and a massive crater can be seen outside of the barrier. Nearly every shinobi present is either unconscious or dead. Is everyone GHT? Asked leader of barrier unit receiving a faint hi from remaining clones. We have to CC complete the seal, he ordered weakly. All the clones released their tiger seal and placed their hands on their stomach before shouting Go Serementeru Barrier. Fuin. The barrier started to glow again before breaking into 10 different parts and started to get absorbed into then different clones. Once the barrier was fully gone, all clones dispelled themselves, giving their memories to the real Minato. But real Minato. Minato released his breath he was holding from nearly a minute once he gets all the memory from his clone. At least the village is still standing now. I have to go and get Naruto-kun from Jiraiya sensei, he thought. Alright everyone, the village is safe and I am going to get Naruto-kun from sensei. No matter what happened, don't let the jutsu drop, ordered Minato to his remaining clones who are still pumping their chakra in gravity jutsu. He crossed his fingers before shouting Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, Shadow Clone Technique, and 10 clones came into existence and saluted at Minato for their orders. Alright you guys, keep that furball busy and don't let it create another Bijidama. I don't have enough chakra to perform that sealing jutsu again, he said before disappearing in a yellow flash, leaving his clones to deal with oversized kitsune. Minato yellow flashed back at the village gate or what is left of it. He looked around to see all the damage front part of village has suffered. Nearly every structure in front part is reduced to rubble and bodies of unconscious or dead shinobi littered the whole place. He was brought out of his mussing by a familiar call of Minato. He looked to his right and saw a badly bruised Jiraiya limping towards him. Jiraiya-sensei, are you alright? He asked worriedly. Not so, old pervert nodded his head before dropping his Hari Jizo, ninja art. Needle Jizo, and showing an unharmed Naruto wrapped in his hair. Do you really have to do this? He asked his prized pupil, not really liking what's going to happen next. There are many jutsu to seal a tailed beast, then why do you want to use this one? Asked nearly old Coot. Minato frowned. I know there are many jutsu for sealing a tailed beast, sensei, but I don't have the amount of chakra and time to do that. He paused a bit before continuing, even though I am a seal master I won't be able to maintain the whole process alone. Kushina once told me that it took 20 seal masters to maintain the seal. When Kyuubi was sealed inside her, Minato paused again before looking towards Naruto in his sensei's arms, and with this seal, I will be able to help Naruto-kun in future when he tries to gain control over Kyuubi's chakra. And I will be able to meet my son once again in future. Minato ended his explanation with a soft smile. So you have decided to seal Kyuubi and your son, came an aged voice of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sensei, what are you doing out here? We sent you to the safe house, Jiraiya asked from his old sensei. Well, can't expect me to just lay down and watch all of you lay down your lives for village, replied Hiruzen. Well, that is correct, and to answer your first questions, yes, I am going to seal Kyuubi and Naruto-kun, that's the only way to save everyone, he finished with a sad smile. Hiruzen frowned and lowered his head so that his eyes are no longer in view. Do you know what you are about to do to your own son? You know how Jinchuriki are treated in our world. Even Mito-sama was shunned by many villagers, even after knowing that she was Shadame-sama's wife. Kushina-kun was badly treated in her childhood. You are basically throwing your newborn child in front of pack of wolves. And they won't hesitate to devour him whole. You know that, don't you? You are about to throw him in hell without him committing any sin. Danzo will definitely try to turn him into a mindless weapon. No matter how much we try to keep it a secret, there are people who will try to make his life miserable living hell. Do you still want to do it? Questioned Sandame with the edge of anger in his voice. Sensei Minato interrupted as Jiraiya started to speak. I know what I am doing here is in Sama, but I trust this village. I have traveled many nations. But I wasn't able to find more understanding people than here. I know they will understand and will treat him as a hero that he truly is. I know that he will be a great shinobi in future, and I will be watching him from above. He replied, still looking at Naruto's sleeping form in his arm. You know that is fool's dream, Minato. The curse of hatred is not easy to break. I have witnessed what man can do when blinded by hatred. They will not see him as a child. Hell, they will not even see him as a human. To them he will be a scapegoat, a thing on which they can release their pent-up anger. Have you seen the state of village when civilian will see this? Who do you think they will blame? In hope of harm Kyuubi, they will try to hurt him. He will be shunned wherever he go. And without love of parents, do you think he will be able to stay sane? Sighed Sandame. Why, you have to believe in our people that they will be able to look above their hate and will see him as a hero. Minato tried to reassure old Hokage, but the way he was talking it was more to assure himself. Tell me you don't really believe that shit, Minato Hiruzen roared, his eyes burning with anger and disappointment. He took a deep breath to calm himself down. He will not gain anything by getting angry. If sealing Kyuubi is the only method, then perform it on me, he said, socking both Jiraiya and Minato. Minato looked at old Hokage before saying, you are too old for the procedure, Hiruzen-sama. And only an Uzumaki can survive procedure, if not a newborn. I know what I am doing, and this is the only law to save village if we like it or not. You are not going to change your decision, are you? Hiruzen asked, only getting a slow nod in response. Alright, I will do everything in my power to give him a normal life, he ended solemnly. Their attention was brought back to battlefield when a number of explosions rocked the earth beneath their feet. It looks like my clones are doing their job perfectly, said Minato before turning back and looking towards his longtime friend and mentor. It looks like this will be the last time we will be seeing each other. Sensei, take good care of my Naruto, only getting a weak nod in return from still silent Jiraiya. Don't look so down, Sensei, maybe we will meet again in future if any one of you are fool enough to use Shiki Fujin, Death God Summoning, Reaper Death Seal, he said with a small laugh which was not shared by his companion. Until next time guys, he said before disappearing in a flash. Hiruzen looked at his pupil who was silent during this whole conversation. So you are going to take Naruto-kun's responsibility? I don't know, Sensei, I really don't know. To be blunt, I really don't want to see him. He will keep reminding me about Minato. Maybe after some time I will be ready, but I really can't take him with me right now. Hiruzen nodded his head slowly. He understand what his student is going through right now. He felt the same when Orochimaru abandoned Konoha. Few minutes earlier. With clone unit. Man, how are we going to deal with this shit, boss? Always leave us with tough shit, one of the clones grumbled. It can't be helped, boss, can't begun sealing process without Sachi 2ND, clone replied. Okay, listen guys, we are going to get behind Kyuubi and we'll hit him with Senjutsu-powered Adama Rasengan on its weakest spot, another clone said, who seems to be leader of small squad. And where is this weak spot you talk about, oh great and mighty leader Sama, asked first clone sarcastically to the apparent leader. The above-mentioned leader sighed and rubbed his temple in exasperation. Who are you thinking about, boss? Well, making this one, he is fucking irritating underneath its tails, he finally said. So basically we are going to shove our Rasengan into its ass. What a great plan you got there. At this point leader is shaking in rage while looking at personality fucked up clone before saying, you got a better plan than this, you bastard. Now shut the fuck up and start gathering nature chakra before I shove my Rasengan so up your ass that it will come of your face, he roared and looking at his surrounding clone. What are you fuckers looking at? Start gathering nature chakra before I lose my temper. All remaining clones cowered in fear before sitting down and started gathering Senjutsu chakra. After a few minutes all clones opened their eyes showing orange eyes without any pupil. Alright, let's go, leader ordered. As every clone started forming Rasengan and continued channeling chakra into it until the compressed ball of chakra is twice in size of their head. All the clones disappeared in a flash and appeared on different parts of battlefield dodging its tail before until they reached their destination right underneath its tails and shouting at the same time. The Damarasan Tarangan big ball spiraling sphere barrage. Numerous explosions shook the whole clearing in which Kyuubi was roaring in pain because of devastating jutsu. "Let's get the hell out of here," one of the clones shouted while other nodded. And disappeared in a flash. All clones appeared just in time as Minato arrived of the field with still sleeping Naruto in his arm peacefully. "Alright boss, just in time, what now?" one of the clones asked. "Form a circle around it and use that jutsu to incapacitate it," real Minato ordered before continuing, "We can't let it trash around, while sealing it may disturb the seal and may harm Sachi as well. Even with that jutsu we won't be able to hold it for more than a few minutes," Minato nodded before saying, "In few minutes it will be all over." All the clones nodded and started taking their positions. "You ready, Sachi?" Minato said, looking towards Naruto as he started opening his eyes and yawned cutely before giggling due to his father's hair tickling his smallness. "Oh, you are up, little guy. I am sorry for all of this. We will meet again in future. Be strong and protect everyone you care with your life." Minato leaned down, placing him on hard ground. "I will be over soon, don't worry." Minato stood up, seeing his clones in their assigned spot before flaring his chakra as signal. And saw all of them started going through a set of hand seals before planting their hands and shouting. Uzumaki Hijutsu. Chakra Kusari, Uzumaki Secret Arts. Chakra Chains. Nearly 50 chains made of pure chakra shot out from earth and started binding Kyuubi and stopping it from making any kind of movement. "We are done here, boss, do it fast, it's very difficult to maintain all this chains," one clone shouted from his palace. Minato nodded and started doing hand seals, stopping at Ram Seal and whispered, "Shiki Fujin, Death God Summoning, Reaper Death Seal." Whole area around Konohagakure no Sato was flooded with immeasuring amount of killing intent. Air around the area became so cold that you can see all nearby leaves and small insects frozen solid by a layer of ice. Minato was gasping for breath. Even in Third Great Shinobi War, he has never experienced killing intent this potent and powerful. He can see his death vision over and over again in his mind. "Mortal, are you the one who summoned me in this world?" came a cold but female voice from behind Minato's kneeling form. His body stiffened and breathing became raged from hearing cold as an iceberg voice before he slowly turned his head and looked past his left shoulder to saw a female figure hovering in midair. She has a slender but feminine build, wearing a full-body white kimono and ankle-length silver hair which seems to disappear in her kimono. She has a feminine face with a purple oni mask from which two golden soul-piercing eyes can be seen. She also has two silver horns on her head which enhance her demonic appearance. She is also wearing a black necklace from which black whips of energy can be seen emitting in every few seconds. A short sword or dagger can be seen in her right arm with a gourd-like container in her left hand. Hi SS Shinigami-sama, he stuttered out meekly. And can you blame him? He is staring straight into eyes of death god, cold golden eyes, which holds no mercy for any soul, same eyes every living being saw before getting his or her judgment. "For what reason have you summoned me, mortal?" she said in same cold monotone voice devoid of any emotions. Hi, he took a deep breath to calm his nerves a bit before starting again. "As you can see, Shinigami-sama, my village Konoha is under attack by one of the Biju Kyuubi no Kitsune. Even though I was able to stop it from further destroying my village, I am not capable of killing it or don't have enough chakra and resources to seal it safely. As a last resort, I have summoned you here to seal the rampaging Biju once again." Minato finished with a slow exhale. "You know the payment of using this jutsu?" she asked and continued after saw him nodding in agreement. "Very well, I will help you sealing Kyuubi no Kitsune again, but the procedure needs a human sacrifice in which it's going to get sealed," she finished in same monotone. Minato nodded. "Of course, Shinigami-sama." He gestured at the newborn who is still laying on the ground and staring curiously at hovering figure of death god. "He is the human sacrifice, my son Namek is Naruto." He gritted last part out. Shinigami looked at the child curiously. "Do you know what you are asking me to do? And to your own child?" Minato just lowered his head and nodded his head. "I have seen how Jinchuriki are treated from the first one until now. Do you really want to do this?" Hi, Shinigami-sama, I am fully aware of the treatment Jinchuriki receive. But I have faith in my village that they will be able to see above their hate and will see him as a hero that he truly is." He snickered a bit, thinking about something Jiraiya told him very long time ago. "My sensei always used to tell me that I am the child of prophecy and will bring true peace to this land. Now that I think about it, the only thing I bring to this world is more pain. But while looking at my son, I can see him doing many great things. I was never the child of prophecy sensei talked about, but I am sure I am looking to the destined one right now," he said with a small smile on his face, still not taking his eyes away from Naruto. "Child of prophecy, can this child be the one Amaterasu ni-sama always talked about?" His life certainly hold much more importance than most of the people living this village. Just by living he holds lives of thousands of ninja living in this village. Maybe just maybe he is the one who will bring all 7 pieces together, she thought, still eyeing the boy curiously. I beg you, Shinigami-sama, please help me in sealing Kyuubi, Minato begged while bowing towards hovering deity. Shinigami nodded her head. Very well, she said, while pointing her dagger towards him before plunging it into his heart. Receiving a startled gasp from Minato. Essa Hinagami-sama, he stuttered out weakly. Did you forget the cost of summoning me and using this incomplete contract, she coldly stated. Before retracting her dagger from his heart. With the astral form of Minato sticking on its end. Once the soul is finally free, Minato's body fell limply on the ground. What eye is this, he gasped, seeing his own body limply lying in front of him. I have extracted your soul from your mortal body. Now if you will excuse me, I have some work to do. She hovered next to Naruto and placed a hand on his belly before whispering, Kai no Shai, energy of death. Black whips of energy started swirling around Naruto. Before shooting straight towards Kyuubi. Once the black energy fully covered around Kyuubi, it started dragging gigantic fox towards Naruto's still form. Stay strong, it will be over soon, she said to no one in particular. Once Kyuubi's form was in her reach, she placed her other hand on its paw and said few, and whole area was engulfed in white light and the only thing anyone can hear is cries of a baby. Once the light died down, she was still hovering above Naruto's form. Contemplating about something. Finally, it's over, Minato said, thank you very much, Shinigami-sama. She didn't responded to Minato's word and kept her eyes on Naruto. Before materializing a white dagger in her hand. And stared at it for a moment before nodding to herself like informing something. Before plunging said dagger in Naruto's head and ignoring shout of Shinigami-sama coming from Minato. Minato looked on in horror as Shinigami killed his newborn son. Rage and hatred begun boiled in him seeing his son's murderer still ignoring him. But before he could say or do anything, Death God sent a glare which shutted him up effectively. If you are worried about Naruto, don't be. He is perfectly fine, I just gave him a bit of my power to him for his survival, she said, without even looking at the distressed father. I thought Uddy took a deep breath to calm himself, but why? Why did you give him some of you power, he asked, very curious about Death God's action. She hovered back in his direction. That child is special, I can see that very clearly. Many lives deepened on his just by living, he is affecting everyone in your village. A gourd again appeared in her left hand. It's time to go, she said, and opened the gourd, and Minato's astral form got sucked in it. She stared at the new Jinchuriki for few more seconds before saying, we will meet again, Namikaze Naruto, and just like that she faded out of human world. After a few minutes, 2 individuals can be seen running towards still crying Naruto. Jiraiya, there he is, Hiruzen shouted to gain his student's attention, let's take him back to village. When Jiraiya didn't respond, he looked back to see his student looking blankly at Minato's body. Take your time, Jiraiya, and bring Minato-kun back to village when you are ready, old Hokage said, taking Naruto in his arms and took off towards village. On top of Yondame's head. So what now, your plan to destroy Hidden Leaf failed, asked White Zetsu. While still looking at the area which was a battlefield a few seconds ago. Madara took a deep breath to calm himself down. Not even in his wildest dreams he would have thought that Minato is able to summon Death God to seal Kyuubi away. And in his own son ate that. Now he is regretting his decision not to kill that brat when he has the chance. We are not going to do anything. If we make a move now, then every nations will know about our existence and we cannot let that happen. If they found out that we are after Jinchuriki, then we will be at war. And right now we are in no condition for a full-on war with any village. Right now the tension is very high between all hidden villages, so if we make any move, we are not going to be facing a single village, but all 5 of them. He said before disappearing in a vortex. Well, we should be going as well, we have a meeting to attend after all, White Zetsu said, and sunk into ground without leaving any trace that anyone was here in the first place. 3 days later, council chamber. In a large enclosed room in which many figures can be seen sitting around an oval table. With Sandame Hokage in front and surrounded by many clan heads and village elder. I am right then, this meeting is about Kyuubi Jinchuriki, Midokado Himura asked. Himura is an elderly man in his early 50s with white hair and white beard. He has a green-rimmed glasses and wearing a white robe covering his whole body. Sarutobi sighed. Yes, Himura, you are correct, it's about Naruto-kun. Since all of you already know about his heritage and status, we will be discussing about his future living conditions. You will permit me, I would like to say something, Hokage-sama, Inuyasukatsume said. Inuyasukatsume has an animalistic look similar to every member of her clan. She is a beautiful woman in her early 20s. She has long, spiky, untamed brown hair, vertical slits like pupils, elongated canine teeth and nails. She also has fang-like markings on her cheeks and purple lipstick. She is wearing a standard Konoha outfit consisting of Jounin flask jacket with brown undershirt and brown pants. After receiving a nod from Hokage, she continued, "I would like to adopt Namikaze Naruto," as she said. This murmurs erupted from every member present in chamber. Kushina was a very good friend of mine, and we promised each other if anything happened to any of us, then other will take responsibility for their offsprings. Before Hokage can even respond, an old man in his 50s responded, "We can't do that, Tsume-san. If we give you village in Chiriki, then other clan can see this as an insult of their clan. And will result in a full-for civil war, and this will give a chance to foreign powers to invade our village," Danzo said in a monotone, not paying any attention to Tsume's growling. Danzo is a frail old man. He has black saggy hair, his right eye is bandaged, he wore a white shirt with a dark grey robe on top of it, covering from his feet up to his shoulder. He also have a X-shaped scar on his chin and a cane resting near his feet. "I am very sorry, but I have to agree with Danzo on this matter. This can be seen as an act of partiality and can cause a civil war. That's why I think Naruto-kun's custody cannot be given to any clans," Sarutobi said rather solemnly. "I understand, Hokage-sama," Tsume gritted out. "That's why I want to take Namikaze Naruto in my custody. He is a valuable asset to our village. And with right training he can be proved as a very useful and powerful weapon," Danzo said. Sarutobi lowered his head so that eyes cannot be seen before he replied in a very low and dangerous voice. "Naruto-kun is not a tool for our use, Danzo. And I will definitely not going to give you his custody so you can change him into a mindless drone." Everyone present in room gulped, hearing intensity in their leader's voice. "Do you have a better idea?" Hiruzen Udatane Kaharu said. The Haru is old bad in her 50s, she has white hair pulled back in double bun locked by traditional Japanese hairpin. With two pearls dangling on sides, she is wearing a simple kimono held in its place by a obi and a jacket with a slash over it. "Yes, I do. I have decided to place him in an orphanage," Sandame said, but stopped before continuing by seeing that head of Uchiha clan Uchiha Fugaku wanted to say something. "You have something to say, Fugaku-san." Uchiha Fugaku is the head of famous Uchiha clan. One of the founding clans of Konohagakure. He has short black hair reaching down his shoulders and onyx-colored eyes. He is wearing a simple kimono with grey pants on which Uchiha crest can be seen. Fugaku nodded before saying, "Is it a good idea, Hokage-sama? If orphanage authorities find out that he is the Kyuubi Jinchuriki, then his life can be in danger." "I have already considered that, Fugaku-san. That's why I am going to put him in Golden Leaf Orphanage established by his mother," Sandame said, and Fugaku nodded. "But that does leave one more problem," Danzo said in monotone, but was seething inside. Minato was the last member of Namika's clan. And if another one come out of nowhere on top of the newborn child, then this will arouse suspicion in our enemy, and if they found out that Naruto is Minato's son, then we are looking at fourth great shinobi war. Sarutobi nodded. He know full well what will happen if other nations found out about Naruto heritage. Minato have made many strong and powerful enemies in both physical and political ways, especially in Awagakure and Kumagakure during Third Great Shinobi War. And to prevent an assassination attempt from happening there is only one way. He sighed before replying, "I know about that, Danzo. That's why I suggest we gave him his mother's maiden name. Until he is able to protect himself." "Alright, we should vote now," Kaharu said, and everyone nodded. Uchiha Fugaku, head of Uchiha clan and member of Konoha Council, supports Hokage-sama decision. After Fugaku sat down, a man with shoulder-long black hair and featureless eyes stood up. He is wearing a simple white kimono with brown haori. "I, Hyuga Hiashi, head of Hyuga clan and member of Konoha Council, give my vote in favor of Hokage-sama," Hiashi said in his usual stoic tone. Inyazuka Tsume, head of Inyazuka clan and member of Konoha Council, also supports Hokage-sama's decision, Tsume said sadly, not really liking Hokage's decision of not letting her adopt her best friend's son. It left a bad taste in her mouth. After a few seconds, when nobody spoke, everyone's attention turned towards the man sitting next to Tsume, who is also snoring lightly. Everyone face-palmed while Akimichi Chauza, a tall plump man with spiky red hair and purple marking on his cheek, he is wearing a samurai-like outfit with kanji of food on it. "Punch the sleeping man on his head, wake up Shikaku," he said, while glaring daggers towards his longtime friend and teammate. Nara Shikaku is a man in his late 20s with two scars on right side of his face. Most noticeable feature about this man is his dark hair tied up in pineapple style. He has a black goatee and is wearing a mesh undershirt and a deerskin gown and flask jacket. "Troublesome," he muttered before fully rising from the table and saying, "I, Nara Shikaku, head of Nara clan Yon, supports Hokage-sama." He slumped on his chair once again before going back to his sleeping. While everyone sweat dropped and shook their head. "Alright, let's continue," Sandame said, still massaging his temple. Akimichi Chauza, head of Akimichi clan and member of Konoha Council, supports Hokage-sama's decision. Yamanaka Inoichi, head of Yamanaka clan and member of Konoha Council, also supports Hokage-sama's decision. Yamanaka Inoichi is a tall man in his late 20s, he has blonde hair tied in ponytail reaching his mid-back, he is wearing standard Konoha gown and cloths with red haori. "What about you elders?" Sarutobi asked with a smug smile. While glaring directly at Danzo. "Since whole shinobi council have no problem with this, we don't have any as well," Danzo said in a monotone. "Very well then, from today Namikaze Naruto will be known as Uzumaki Naruto until he is capable of protecting himself. And him being Kyuubi Jinchuriki will be SS class secret and anyone who disclose it will be immediately executed." "Now with this council meeting is officially ended," Sandame said as every member present in chamber started leaving one by one. Later same day, somewhere underground Konoha. Danzo is sitting in his throne-like chair thinking about what he is going to do once he gets Naruto under his thumb until he felt 10 Chakra's signature approaching him. "Danzo-sama, you summoned us all," kneeling figures said at the same time. As Danzo came out of his stupor and glanced towards his most trusted Anbu, or also known as Root. "Yes, get into village and start a rumor that Yondaime Hokage wasn't able to kill Kyuubi no Kitsune and it has taken human form, more specific of a child named Uzumaki Naruto. Am I clear?" Danzo asked. While tossing a picture of Naruto towards them. "Hi Danzo-sama," all of them said at the same time and disappeared in a leaf sunshine. Leaving Danzo alone with his thoughts. "Soon, very soon, Hiruzen my men will spread this rumor and Naruto will be treated like an outcast, his life will be a living hell and then you will be forced to give him to me. I will turn him into a weapon that will take Konoha to its righteous place on top. And my dream of becoming Hokage will finally come true," he thought while laughing like a maniac. Chapter 4. First Encounter. After council meeting and Naruto's placement in Golden Leaf Orphanage, a rumor started spreading all across village hidden in the leaves. Which results in nearly whole population march towards Golden Leaf with a single intention, and that is to kill the so-called Kyuubi reincarnate, 1-week-old child named Uzumaki Naruto. But their march was cut short by 10 squads of Anbu and Sandame Hokage himself. From that day a new law established in village of Konoha. That anyone who talks about incident happened on October 10th with their family or with others will be immediately executed without any trails. But even after new law, the hatred and fear of unknown in hearts of villagers did not cease to exits. And since then there is always a Chunin squad guarding the orphanage. Who does not lift even a single finger to stop regular beating, torture, sneer of hatred and disgust villagers gives a certain blonde-haired 6 years old kid Uzumaki Naruto does not helps the situation at all. Now we found the hero of our story sitting on the windowsill staring at the Hokage Tower and the street which leads there with his azure blue eyes in his dimly lit room provided by orphanage. In which he has spent 6 miserable years of his life. Shunned by other kids, starved for days without any food, regular beating by shinobi and civilian alike. As long as he can remember he is an outcast, shunned by society, other kids and the old warden of orphanage. He is treated like a monster in disguise, even lower than insect. The only ray of light in his lonely and painful life is Sarutobi Hiruzen Sandame Hokage, or as he calls him Jai-chan, and 2 Anbu officers, one with cat mask and other with weasel mask. He always visits him once in a week and treats him like a human unlike other villagers. But this week he had not visited him like always. Which leads to the current situation of him sitting at the windowsill and searching for any signs of his Jai-chan. After staring for about 1 hour he sighed and closed his eyes. Only to open them again when he heard sound of footsteps coming towards his room. He shot up from his position with a warm and excited smile on his face. He is excited, alright, it's been nearly a whole week since he saw his Jai-chan. But his smile immediately dropped when he saw a familiar face of Mira, warden of Golden Leaf Orphanage. And one of the meanest people he has the displeasure to meet in his short life. Mira is an old woman in her early 60s wearing a long blue kimono with long white hair and cold dark brown eyes, which are currently trying to bore a hole through Naruto's head. Naruto turned his head away from the women in disgust, completely missing the satisfied smirk on her face. "What do you want?" he asked without turning his head. Mira's smirk grew even wider. "Nothing, we are having pest control in orphanage today, so I bought some people to clean the filth." She spat last words venomously. Naruto raised a blonde eyebrow in confusion. He knows about pest control and if he remembered correctly it happened once before. But Mira never cared before, so why now? He turned his head glaring straight into women's eyes before asking, "What's this really about? It's not like you to care about your resident demon brat." Mira laughed ominously. "You are right, I don't care about you demon, but I do care about other kids. And I don't want you to corrupt their souls. That's why today we are going to exterminate the pest who is plaguing this village for past 6 years. Since Sandame is busy in monthly village council meeting right now, there is no one who is going to stop us. Today we will finish what our Yondaime started 6 years ago." After saying what she wanted to say. She clapped twice and 3 armed men came into Naruto's orphanage room with swords and different weapons strapped on their body and a twisted smirk on their faces. Naruto knew what's going to happen now, it's not first time it's going to happen after all. The only reason he is still alive and is not in hospital bed or in coma due to his regular beatings is because of his unusual and rapid healing. But these are not regular people who came to beat him up often. There is something different about them. This was the moment he noticed Konoha hit I-8 on their forehead. Naruto stiffened and took a step back. He really don't want to know where this is going. But before he can even try to escape, he felt immense pain in his left leg. Looking down, his eyes grew wide by seeing a kunai sticking in his leg. There is no escape for you today, demon. We are going to end your pathetic existence today and free our village. We will be hailed as heroes, one of the attackers said, laughing evilly. Naruto tried to crawl towards the window to escape, but before he could make it, a fist planted painfully on his solar plexus, knocking the wind out of his lungs. With a knee to stomach followed soon after. Naruto skidded back until he hit his head with the corner of his bed. Blood started dripping out of his head, coloring his sun-kissed blonde hair in blood red. Next man came forward with a kunai in his hand. You are going to pay for what you did to my father, you demon, he shouted and plunged his kunai in Naruto's kneecap before repeating the procedure a few more times with other one as well. Their attention was brought back by a coughing sound coming from their back. As much as I like watching this little show. And I do like watching this demon suffer for his sins. I don't want whole orphanage reeking of his filthy blood. So can you please take this outside? And I am sure there is a lot of people who will be more than willing to join our little celebration, she said with an evil gleam in her eyes. All shinobi present at times smirked and nodded while knocking Naruto out with a chop on the back of his neck. While all of this going on, nobody know that they are being watched from another roof. Nearby rooftop. 3 figures can be seen on the roof of an 2-story apartment complex in front of Golden Leaf Orphanage. Can't we do something about this? A redeed woman shouted, tears streaming down her face while watching the person she loved the most in the whole world getting beaten by some low-life shinobi. This was not the first time Naruto getting beaten by villagers. But this time shinobi are involved and she is getting worried about the life of the person she cherished the most even before his birth. Gushi, a blonde man, tried to say something only to get interrupted by a sword slash from distressed Redeed, cutting him clean in 2 pieces, but it didn't seem to affect him since a moment later he was reformed like nothing happened. Shut up, Namikaze Minato, if you weren't fucking dead then I surely would have killed you, roared Kushina. Only other remaining figure stayed silent through all of this while watching everything happening to blonde Jinchuriki with a grim look on her face. But nobody can see it since she is wearing a Oni mask on her face, from which only her golden eyes can be seen, which are filled with sadness and disgust. Sadness because it was she who sealed Kyuubi no Kitsune in him and fated him of a life full of loneliness. And disgust for the people of this village who cannot look above their hate and blindly taking their anger on a 6-year-old kid. Even though she has given him some of her power, all that power won't be able to help him if he can't activate it on his own. Kushina, please listen to me, Minato pleaded, but his pleas fell on deaf ears as Kushina kept charging at him while crying because of her lack in strength for protecting her own son. It's all your fault, Minato, it's all your bloody damn fault. Look at him, look what's happening to him, all because of you, Kushina screamed while still slashing at Minato without getting any result at all. Minato stopped dodging her strikes and lowered his head so that his hair are shadowing his eyes before speaking, I don't have any choice. At that time sealing Kyuubi and Naruto-kun is the only way to save the village. And that's what I did as a Hokage. Saying that Kushina was angry will be an understatement. She is pissed, no, she is royally pissed. She clenched her fist so tightly that she would be bleeding if she had a physical body. Don't you dare talk about my Naruto-kun like that, he is our son, for gods, I don't think you have any right to call yourself his father. After what you have done to him. It is even worse than one enemy did with another. What do you think, he is a piece of meat that you can sacrifice whenever you like? She shouted. More tears ran down her face by watching Naruto getting stabbed in kneecap again and again. His cry of agony shattering her heart into pieces. That is the only way to save everyone. I thought that my people will be able to. Under Minato was interrupted again by the one who kept silent throughout this whole ordeal. I warned you that day, mortal, about the life he will be living, but power was more important to you than your child. Even the first ever Jinchuriki was not able to live a stable life wherever he went. People worshipped him as a living god, but he was also feared because of his powers. What made you think that these people will be any different? Shinigami said just as coldly as always. What else was I supposed to do? Minato shouted. Don't forget your place, mortal, Shinigami bellowed in anger and flared a bit of her kai, which sent Minato crashing down on his knees. Just because she is not burning his soul does not mean that she will let this puny human take his frustration on her, and to answer your question, you have already used the incomplete contract. That means that your soul will be struck in my gourd for eternity. So if you want, you can just seal Kyuubi in yourself and be done with it. Because when I sucked your soul, Kyuubi would also be sucked with your soul, and there is no way even Kyuubi can alter or escape a seal made by me. At this point Kushina was grinding her teeth in anger towards Minato. Where is that gentle person she had fallen in love with gone, or is he always like this, just she wasn't able to see it until now? Every word that escaped Shinigami's mouth was like a sword piercing her heart or what was left of it after watching Naruto's condition. After hearing that all of this can be prevented and Naruto can be saved from this hell, she lost it and charged at Minato once again. All the love she once holds for this man now gone, the only thing she wants right now is to kill him again if that is even possible. But before she could reach him, Shinigami stopped her with a hand on her shoulder. She turned around so that she could give Death God a piece of her mind. But stopped when she saw the same fury she is feeling right now in other women's eye. After stopping Kushina in her futile attempts to harm Minato, she continued, now as I was saying before, you did have a choice by which you can save Naruto from all of this pain. But like any other human, you put power before you family. You wanted to give your village a weapon after Kyuubi's attack to show other villages that you still holds most powerful Biju. After finishing, she let a sigh escape her lips. It's not like her to get all worked up like that. Minato didn't say anything, just hung his head as low as possible. After all, he knew what Shinigami just told his is the truth without any sugarcoat on it. He also noticed Kushina's hateful glare towards him, and he really can't blame her. No matter how much he told himself that sealing Kyuubi in Naruto was the only option, but inside he knew that there was another option, that is to seal it in himself and be done with it once and for all. Even if he doesn't want to admit, he did use Naruto as a weapon to scare other villages who might get an idea to attack them when they are weak. But he really is regretting his decision now after watching everything that happened with his 6-year-old kid. It looks like they are taking him somewhere else, Shinigami told them in a grim voice, not really liking where this is going. Shinigami-sama, can't we something to help Naruto-kun? Kushina asked, hopefully thinking that maybe Shinigami can do something to help Naruto. Shinigami just shook her head before responding, what do you think you can do in your astral form? Kushina lowered her head. She knew in astral form there is nothing she can physically do in living world, but maybe Shinigami can do something. I can't do anything as well, it's a rule of celestial planes that we cannot get involved with mortals if they are not your summoner or familiar. I can help him if he awakens the power I gave him, but until then there is nothing I can do, Shinigami explained. Kushina nodded before all three of them went after Shinobi, who has taken Naruto with them. 45 minutes later. Forest of Konohagakure. Naruto groggily opened his eyes only to close them again second later as he felt a wave of pain coming from his legs. He tried to move his arms, but they wouldn't budge. Slowly opening his eyes once again, he saw that he is chained by a tree in what looks like East Forest. Naruto turned his to side trying to figure out where he is and why is he chained to this tree out in nowhere. Suddenly memories of his encounter with 3 shinobi flooded back in his mind. Look everyone, the demon is up, came a male voice. At this point Naruto's eyes have become accustomed to his surrounding. And is wide-eyed watching nearly 50 if not more civilian and a few shinobi equipped with many weapons surrounded him with a wicked grin on faces. What's going on? What do you want with me? Asked shivering Naruto. While hoping that someone will come and rescue him. You bastard monster fox, my wife, my son, my whole family is dead because of you. Don't try to act all innocent in front of us, screamed a tall man with a wooden plank in his hand. Now you will pay for everything you have done. Today we will avenge our Yondaime, you bastard fox, he shouted while smashing Naruto's head with his wooden plank. No please, I haven't done any thing like that. Why do you always say that? I haven't done anything to any of you, so why do you keep beating me up? Naruto asked while blood came flying out as another civilian plunged him with a metal rod in his stomach. Don't fuck with me, you demon, you killed my husband and my son, shouted a woman before attacking him with a kitchen knife, cutting and stabbing him all over his left arm. Naruto's cries of agony can be heard throughout the forest. But everyone else present in the clearing had a satisfied smile on their faces. While watching the so-called demon suffer in pain. PP please let me Naruto's cried once again as a katana was stabbed in his shoulder joint, dislocating it from socket. Now you see, that's how we felt when you kill everyone we loved and destroyed our village, said a man in Chunin attire with a ninjato in his right hand. Let me go, Naruto pleaded weakly. But before he could say anything, a kick planted swiftly on side of his head. Receiving a painful scream from Blonde followed up by a barrage kicks on his chest, a villager nearby snorted while breaking his sake bottle on forest floor before striking Naruto in chest. Blood gushed out from Naruto's chest while all other bystanders started laughing like a maniac. Serves you right, demon, came many voices from the group of people, if they can still be called that. What have EID done to DDD's RVTTTHs? Naruto asked no one. Every memory flashed through his mind and even then he cannot find any memory of him destroying village or killing other villagers. Then why did everyone hate him so much? You have done absolutely nothing, a melodious voice of woman came. Naruto frantically started looking everywhere to search for the source of voice. But only thing he saw everywhere is villagers grinning at him. Who are you? He asked out loud. All villagers started looking at each other to understand what he meant by that. But shrugged by saying demon going insane. Just close your eyes and let everything go, same voice said once again. Naruto compelled without any questions. A few seconds later, a warm but chaotic sensation flooded his sensory system. Last thing he remembered before going into blissful unconsciousness was all the smug look and wicked grin villagers were sprouting up until now was changed in a look of horror and fear. He don't know why, but he felt satisfied to see the people who were beating him up until now are covering in fear. As Naruto drifted into unconsciousness, red chakra started to seep out from his body. Everyone in the clearing took a few steps back in fear. All civilians present in the area are on their knees at his point. The bloodlust and killing intent the blonde is emitting is maddening to say. At least some of them are lucky enough to have already passed out. But those with strong-willed are now taking blunt of two tails worth. Kyuubi's Yaki. More senior ninja tried to flee the soon-to-be execution field. Since none of them present here are above Chunin level, so they have no chance in defeating Kyuubi Jinchuriki, while the steering wheel is in Kyuubi's hand. A low animalistic growl escaped Naruto's throat as he launched himself towards the covering shinobi and civilian, brutally slaughtering everyone present. On a tree branch near execution field, Shinigami and Minato are watching the torture with hardened gaze, while Kushina is openly sobbing while watching these pathetic villagers keep torturing Naruto. It frustrates her to no end that she have to just sit and watch while hoping that someone will find Naruto soon. As she was thinking this, a villager stabbed him with a broken sake bottle and glacier of blood shot out of his chest. Watching him losing consciousness made her heart clenched painfully in her chest. Minato's eyes widened watching Naruto's body started covering into Kyuubi's Yaki. Shinigami-sama, what's happening? Is the seal broken? Minato shouted until Shinigami sent him a glare that clearly stated that say one more word and I will burn your soul in 7th floor of hell. Don't mock me, mortal, I am the best Huinjutsu user in whole celestial planes. And that seal is not normal, it's made up of Kai no Shai. It will not break or weaken even if the host is weak or dying. If that's true, then that only means Naruto-kun has willingly given Kyuubi control of his body. I just hope you know what you are doing, son, he thought. Naruto's mindscape. Naruto woke up by sound of water dripping. He looked around only to find himself in some kind of sewer. Just a second ago he was been tortured by stupid villagers, then suddenly he heard a feminine voice telling him to let go, and now he is in a sewer. Did that unknown woman saved him? That's the only thought going on in his mind. Until now nobody tried to help him apart from Sandame Jiji, Cat and Weasel Masked Hanbu. These are the only people in whole village who never treated him like dirt. And always rescued him whenever someone hurt him. But that voice he heard before was definitely belonged to a female. And he can easily tell that it does not belongs to Nikoni. That voice was soft and melodious but holds power. Such power he never felt before in his life. Not even Jiji has that kind of authority and power in his voice while stating something to other shinobi. Naruto came out of his mussing so that he can find out some sort of exit. While he was walking he noticed something odd about the sewer. It has 3 pipes, one of them is nearly twice in size of his head glowing red. While other 2 are very small and are glowing blue and white respectively. He also noticed one more thing, that even though he is in a sewer there is no foul smell. That usually came from sewer. He shrugged and keep looking for an exit. After nearly roaming for 1 hour, he came in a dimly lit large room with large golden door, seems to be kept in place by a piece of paper. There is something written on it in kanji. After trying for a minute he nodded his head in satisfaction, finally understanding what's written on its seal. He said to himself. Come closer, Naruto, came a melodious voice from behind the bar. He hesitantly took a step towards the door to see the woman who helped him escape idiot villagers. He looked around in search of the women before responding, I am really grateful for your help out there. If it wasn't for you, who knows what more they would have done to me. The voice snorted in amusement while watching him from the shadows. Those meatbags have it coming for a long time. And it's very tiring to heal you nearly every day after they beat the snort out of you, she said, snickering at last part. Naruto's eyes widened. This woman who saved him from villagers just now is the same one who is taking care of him for as long as he can remember. Healing him whenever those bastard villagers beat him into unconsciousness. He took a step closer towards the iron bars. Now really want to see this woman who was there for him when no one was. He took a step inside of golden bars and a blinding light filled the whole area. Once it died down he rubbed his eyes to get rid of the stars he is seeing. Once his eyes adjusted with new light it widened again when he get a good look of the women standing nearly 20 feet away from him. There in front of him, standing at a towering height of 6'1" or 6'2", a fair-skinned and crimson-haired woman. In her mid-20s. Wearing a long blue kimono with red fox pattern on it with a red obi holding it together. She has a perfect heart-shaped face, but the most enticing feature about it is a pair of crimson slitted eyes. Which seems to be looking directly in your soul. Where are we, and who are you? Naruto can't help but stutter. Just standing in her presence is exhilarating to say at least. He can feel the immense power radiating from her. Before today he has never such power coming from anyone. In comparison of her Sandame Jai-chan is like a toddler, a ball toddler, but toddler nonetheless. He came out of his mushings when she started walking towards him. He couldn't help but took a step back. Watching her coming towards him is like watching a top predator stalking its prey. After what seems like hours for Naruto, she stopped just in front of him and bent down on her knees so that they are eye level. Well, to answer your questions, this is your mindscape. And before you ask, it's a place deep inside your mind. And about your second question, she took a dramatic pause to build some suspense. Kyuubi. Kyuubi no Kitsune, she said with a proud smile. My mindscape and Kyuubi no Kitsune. He took a pause to analyze this new situation. If this is my mindscape, then what are you doing here, he asked. Kyuubi raised an amused crimson eyebrow. Boy's reaction. There are not many Noah race that there is no one in whole elemental nations who can stand still without shaking in fear after knowing who she really is. Maybe this host has more backbone than previous ones. It's simple, I am sealed inside you. Do you remember that black circle on your stomach that sometimes appears? She paused to look at Naruto, nodding before continuing. That's the seal, because of which I am trapped in you. Is it true? Why you said earlier about healing me every time when I was injured, he asked in a low whisper, but with a hint of hope in his voice, completely brushing of the sealing part. Kyuubi chuckled a bit. Of course it was me. Who else? She didn't get to finish her sentence as a golden blur tackled her, nearly knocking her off balance. The first thing came in her mind is to rip his throat off his body for attacking her, but stopped herself when a shocked sob escaped him. She took a calming breath and placed a hand hesitantly on his back, trying to comfort him as much as she can. But because of being a massive hatred, or as usually people think of her as, she don't know what to do in this kind of situation. The only other human contact she ever had was with her father, and it's been nearly, if not more than 10 millenniums since his death. Naruto stopped crying after nearly 10 minutes. Before wiping his eyes and saying, sorry I ruined your kimono. Kyuubi looked down. Her kimono really is drenched in tears in front part. Don't worry about it, Naruto, she said in soft voice, surprising even herself. Naruto bowed deeply in a way that his forehead was touching the ground. Thank you for everything you have done for me until now. If it wasn't for you, I would be dead a long time ago. Thank you, he said, still bowing. Kyuubi's expression softened a bit. I was just doing what I have to do to ensure our survival. Since I am sealed inside you, if you die then so will I. That's how this seal works. She explained. You said you are sealed inside me. How did that happen? He asked in genuine curiosity. She took a pause to gather her thoughts. Well, it's a very interesting story. I was sealed inside you on the day of your birth. Do you know the story about the fight between me and your yandere? She glanced at Naruto and continued after receiving a nod from said boy. That story is not fully true. He didn't kill me. Hell, he wasn't even able to put a scratch on me. So that bastard summoned Shinigami and sealed me into you at cost of his own life. Naruto absorbed every piece of this new information before nodding a few times to himself. Then it finally hit him like a ton of bricks. Now he finally understood why everyone hates him, why he is called Demon Brat, and why everyone wants him dead. It makes perfect sense now. So I really am a demon then, he said to himself, but she can clearly hear him. At least it all makes sense now why everyone hates me and want me dead, he finished with a sad smile. Kyuubi started to laugh loudly for a few minutes before composing herself. A serious expression came on her face. Now listen well, Naruto, you are not a demon. You are one of the most pure-hearted human I have ever met. If those damned villagers calls you a demon, then I should be considered an angel. Those villagers are just ignorant and are blinded by their hate. They think that by hurting you they are hurting me as well. But in reality they are just hurting a 6-year-old child. So I am not a demon, he asked. You are just as human as anyone else in that damn village. Humans always fear the unknown. Anything that they cannot understand they fear it. Fuinjutsu, the shinobi art by which I am sealed inside you, is very difficult to understand even in shinobi ranks, so there is no way civilian can understand it. They think that I am you, but in reality our situation is more like a scroll in kunai. In which I am the kunai and you are the scroll in which I am sealed. By sealing a kunai it does not change the whole scroll into one. Just like that you do have a demon sealed inside you, but it does not make you any less human than others if they can still be called as one though. At this point Naruto's whole body is shaking, not because of knowing that a demon is sealed inside of him, but because of the kindness that so-called demon has shown him in his entire life. You have to become strong, Naruto. Kyuubi's voice brought him out of his trance. This world in which we are living in is filled with hatred and malice. In future there will be many people who will try to hurt or kill you because of your power or for mine. You have to become strong to defend yourself. Naruto looked up at Kyuubi's crimson-slitted eyes with burning determination in his own, before saying, I will become strong, the strongest shinobi this world has ever seen. Will you help me in becoming strong since we are in this together? What do you say, Kyuubi-chan? Kyuubi gasped in shock. She hadn't expected him to ask her for help. Hell, she was thinking that he will be pissed after hearing that she is the reason that his life is living hell. Her eyes widened in size of dinner platter after hearing his last word. Last person who dared to call her with that suffix died in most painful way anyone can imagine. But looking at his determined eyes she can't find it in herself to become angry with him. Don't ever call me that, she ordered with an icy glare. What do you mean Kyuubi-chan, he asked, not really getting what she meant by that statement. She sighed in exasperation, the don't call me with that chan suffix. Was the Naruto's intelligent answer, but I thought when you like someone you add chan in their name. Kyuubi gasped in shock once more. Did this human child just told her that he like her? You like me, she asked. Naruto tilted his head slightly, not really getting the whole point of this conversation. Of course I like you. You are really kind to me, and now I don't have to worry about being alone anymore. Since I know you are always with me, he finished with a smile, completely missing the banging sound coming from near wall. What the hell was I thinking? I should have known better, he is a kid after all, she thought to herself, and stopped banging her head with wall before addressing him. Alright, I will help you, but before that do something about this Ower. Naruto started scratching the back of his head, not understanding what can he do about this Ower. Kyuubi sighed, this is your mindscape Naruto, you can do whatever you want in here. Just try imagining a different scenery in place of this Ower. She explained. Naruto nodded before sitting in lotus position to think a nice scenery for his mindscape. After a few minutes of thinking and trying to change the landscape of his mindscape, he opened his eyes by hearing a startled gasp. He observed his surrounding a bit before nodding in acceptance of his handiwork. Now in place of Sower is a field of flowers and a dense forest just a bit ahead with a valley and a river in his left. So how is it, he asked Kyuubi. Kyuubi was awestruck. This is actually really nice to think that the kid has such imaginative powers. He can become a Jinjutsu master with right training. It's really nice you can become a strong Jinjutsu user, you have nice imagination. Naruto blushed. It's not every day he got compliment, and certainly not from the strongest being in elemental nations. It really means a lot. I can sense a few chakra signature coming in your direction. You should go back now, we will talk about your training later, said Kyuubi before lying down on grass. So what do I have to do if I want to came back again, Naruto asked. Nothing much, just try to meditate and I will bring you here, she replied before closing her eyes to take a nap on grassy field. But after some time, when his presence didn't disappear from his mindscape, she opened her eyes once again to ask why is he still here. He fidgeted a bit in his place. Oh no, how do I get out of here? He asked. Kyuubi Fasipum, this day keeps getting longer and longer, can't a millennium-old demoness just lay in grass, lays around, relax, is it too much to ask? She sighed once again, which she found herself doing incredibly lot today. Close your eyes and try imagining yourself in outside world. When you feel a pull, don't resist. Naruto nodded and disappeared from his mindscape. Now I have to think what I can teach him, thought Kyuubi, and started going through different training methods in her mind. Outside world. Naruto slowly opened his eyes, blinked a few times to get adjusted with sunlight. Before pulling himself to his feet to see himself standing in a massive crater. What the hell happened here, he asked himself. Well, I kinda get overboard while we are talking, came Kyuubi's voice in his head. Kyuubi-chan, where are you, Naruto asked while frantically looking everywhere in hope to spot his first ever friend. Stop moving your head like an idiot, Naruto, you are making me dizzy. And I am still in seal if it's one of the function of this seal by which we can talk through our minds. With our shared senses. Oh alright, and what do you mean by going a bit overboard, he asked. What I mean is while we were talking I took care of those pesky villagers. Naruto nodded and started walking outside of crater. When he walked out of the crater, his eyes widened a bit by watching by all the people beating and torturing him, now lying on ground motionless, some of them missing sizable parts of their bodies. Naruto didn't move for a few seconds before started walking towards the village. Are you alright, Naruto? She knew Naruto have seen many things in his short life, but death is not one of them. And she is worried about her host. Yes, I am fine, they got what they deserved, Naruto stated rather coldly, surprising Kyuubi a bit. So what now, Kyuubi-chan? Kyuubi hummed a bit before responding, we will wait here for now, everyone above Chunin level must have sensed my Yaki spike and will be here soon. Then find that old man and ask him to give you apartment. I don't think the orphanage will welcome you anymore, not after this incident. But don't tell that old buzzard about me contacting you or planning to train you, alright? Naruto nodded before sitting down. He knows the orphanage will not take him anymore and he himself don't want to go there. That place is a hellhole. Idea of living alone in a new apartment sounds good to him, but what he don't understand is why can't he tell Jai-chan about Kyuubi-chan and about his training with her. But before he can voice his concern, she answered him. The reason why you cannot tell old man about me is because if he found out that I can contact you anytime, then he may think I am trying to control you. And I am sure he will try to tighten the seal in his paranoia. Do you want me to train you or not? She asked him, receiving a nod which she cannot see. Then don't tell them about me, okay? Alright, Kyuubi-chan, I believe in you. He replied through their mental link. At the same time, 4 figures came into clearing in regular Anbu uniform. He knows 3 of them, but one of them is unfamiliar. Nico ni Naruto shouted and darted towards cat-masked Anbu. Naruto-kun, are you alright? You are not hurt, are you? Cat-masked Anbu asked him while checking him for any injuries. When she found none, she ruffled his hair a bit, getting a cute pout from small blonde. Nico ni, are you here to take me back? He asked. Well, cat-masked Anbu nodded. Alright then, can you take me to Jai-chan's office? Since the orphanage kicked me out, I want to ask him if he can get me a new apartment. She clenched her fists. She knew the blonde kid from the day she joined the Anbu forces. She also used to have same opinion about him like everyone else, but after spending some time guarding him from threats, she realized that he is just a 6-year-old child who have seen things that people twice of his age didn't. Well, we were going to take you back to orphanage, but now that we knew what happened, it's best that we take you to Sandaime-sama, she said in warm tone. Naruto nodded before he and cat-masked Anbu disappeared in a leaf shunshin body flicker technique, leaving other Anbu to investigate the location. Hokage office. Sandaime Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen is pacing around in his office with a worried look on his face. Once in every week he always visits Naruto in orphanage, but today he have to attend village's monthly council meeting, so he wasn't able to visit. But 10 minutes ago he sensed a spike of Kyuubi's yaki and sent his most trusted Anbu towards Naruto's location. It's been 5 minutes now since the Anbu squad left, and he can't help but worry about his surrogate grandson well-being. Just then he sensed 2 chakra signature teleporting in his office. He sighed in relief after watching Naruto in Cat's arms. Naruto-kun, are you alright? Asked the aged Hokage while looking at Naruto with a slight worry. I am alright, Jai-chan, don't worry, he said with a cheery smile. Well, I am glad that you are okay, Naruto-kun. You gave this old geezer quite a fright out there, Hiruzen said with a chuckle. Well, I was kinda kicked out of the orphanage by that bitch. She also called some shinobi to help her in so-called pest control. After that I don't remember anything and everything went blank. When I woke up again I was in middle of a crater, Naruto lied. Hiruzen lowered his head in shame. After all, it's his duty to protect Naruto, and he failed once again. I am sorry, Naruto-kun, I failed to protect you again, he said in a low tone. Naruto shook his head. Don't worry about it, Jai-chan, I am perfectly fine. Can I ask you something though, he asked. Hiruzen nodded and Naruto continued. Can you give me my own apartment, he said, shocking Sandaime, and can you enroll me in Ninja Academy as well? Sandaime's jaw dropped, but magically his pipe remained in place until he retrieved his jaw back to its normal position. Well, as I said, that bitch kicked me out and I am pretty sure other will do the same. So can you arrange an apartment for me? And as for my second request, I can't stay weak, I have to become strong to survive in this world. And I will become the strongest shinobi to ever grace this world, Naruto said firmly. Hiruzen's eyes widened a bit as shadows of Shadaime and Nidaime manifested behind Naruto. His will of fire burns just as brightly as yours, sensei, he thought. Very well, Naruto-kun, I will enroll you into academy, but for now come on, we have to find an apartment for you. Hiruzen said with a warm smile. Naruto launched himself towards Sandaime and hugged him as tightly as a 6-year-old can. After a few seconds he released the Hokage from his grip before following him outside the Hokage tower in search of his new apartment. Naruto glanced at the blue sky with a determined look on his face. I can't wait to start my training, I will become the strongest shinobi this world has ever seen, and you can believe that Dadabayo, he thought. Naruto-kun, what are you doing? Come on, we have lots of things to do, Hiruzen shouted from his position. Naruto nodded and started running in Hiruzen's direction. Chapter 5, Training Days and Academy. Konoha Residential District. After roaming whole residential district and getting turned down by every landlord and lady. Now we find Naruto and Hiruzen standing in front of an old worn down 3-story building. Which looks like it's going to crumble down if someone sneezed loudly. Jai-chan, I am tired now, this is 205th place, do you think they will agree to give me an apartment? Naruto whined loudly. It's now nearly 8 in night and they are looking for an apartment for whole day, and now he is getting extremely frustrated after denied from every place they went before. Don't worry, Naruto-kun, the landlady is my old friend, I know she won't turn us down, Hiruzen replied. And both of them started walking towards first floor staircase. After walking for a minute or two they reached a big door with Kumiko Haruka written on it. After knocking a few times, an elderly woman maybe in her early 50s opened the door with a kind smile on her face. Wearing black kimono with an apron on top. Hiruzen, what are you doing here? Asked the woman while looking at aged Hokage. Well, Haruka-chan, I was looking for an apartment for my grandson here, he said while ruffling Naruto's hair. That's when I remembered you telling me a few days ago that you have one empty. So is it still unoccupied, he asked. Haruka glanced at Naruto, her happy smile still intact, before responding. Of course it's still available, do you want to check it out now? That will be nice, led the way, Hiruzen replied and started following Haruka on upper level with Naruto. Naruto looked at the woman curiously as if trying to solve a puzzle. Did she not know who he is? That must be it. Because if she know who he is then they would be politely rejected once again. But decided to leave the issue. After a few minutes they reached third floor and Haruka directed them towards far end of the floor before stopping in front of a wooden door with 95 written on it. "Well, this is it," she said while unlocking the door. Leading Naruto and Hiruzen inside the apartment. The apartment is not luxurious or anything, just a place suitable for one person. She led them through walkway in a combined living room and kitchen, equipped with basic appliances like refrigerator and a microwave in kitchen with a dining table. And a couch and a medium-sized television in living room. Then she showed them bedroom and washroom. During their tour of the small apartment, Naruto have stars in his eyes, even though it's not very big or something, it's definitely a lot better than his room in orphanage. "So how is it, Naruto-kun?" Sandame asked. "Do you like it?" Naruto snapped his neck in Sandame's direction with a wide smile on his face. "Are you kidding me, Gigi? This is awesome." He took a pause before continuing, "But how am I going to pay for this?" "Don't worry, Naruto-kun, I will pay for it until you became shinobi," Hiruzen replied while ruffling 6-year-old's blonde hair. "Alright, Naruto-kun, Anbu will be here with your belongings from orphanage. Until then, why don't you explore your new home a bit more?" Just as last word left his mouth, Naruto was out of sight, leaving a dust trail behind him. "I hope that you," Hiruzen froze in mid-sentence by sensing intense killing intent directed towards him. "Don't worry, Hiruzen, I was a kunoichi for a long time and I know difference between Jinchuriki and Biju." Haruka said. Hiruzen nodded and started walking in Naruto's direction. "It looks like you are enjoying yourself," Hiruzen said with a chuckle from the bedroom door. Naruto nodded. "Of course, Jai-chan, look, it's beautiful," he said while looking out of his bedroom's window. Hiruzen sat down beside Naruto, enjoying the view of the village and night light. "I should be going now, Naruto-kun, your stuff will be here soon. And if you need anything else, just came to Hokage Tower, I will be there, alright?" he asked and Blonde nodded. Hiruz shifted his gaze from window when he sensed a presence nearing them. And then in poof of smoke, dog mask Anbu appeared in the room with a small bag in his hand with Naruto's belonging in it. Naruto walked towards Anbu and gave him a happy smile before taking his bag from him. "Alright, Jai-chan, I will see you later," Naruto said to Hiruzen and gave a 2-finger salute towards masked Anbu, who returned his action with a salute and a weird U-shaped eye smile. Even after seeing that weird eye smile many times, he still cannot figure out that how the hell this guy do it. Naruto put all his thoughts aside for now. Tomorrow will a very special day and he want to be at his 100% to start his training with Kyuubi-chan. Sarutobi smiled watching Naruto's interaction with one of his top Anbu before disappearing in a leaf shunshin with said Anbu. He yawned while locking his door and windows. Before moving towards his bedroom to get some sleep. Next day. It is a nice, warm and sunny day in village of Konohagakure. Streets bristling with people, shinobi and civilian alike, children playing and shopkeepers opening their shops. Naruto had never slept so well in his entire life. And why not? This is the first time he doesn't have to wake up in every few hours to make sure that no one is trying to sneak into his room trying to kill him. He opened his eyes after feeling sunlight hitting his face. And bolted straight up, frantically looking at his surroundings. Then memories of previous day came flooding back and he released a breath. Before started going through his morning activities. After a long and relaxing bath, now Naruto is now standing in his kitchen preparing some breakfast, to be more precise cereal in a white short-sleeved shirt and black pants. "Man, this is nice, no fucked up old bitch, no other idiots trying to kill me in sleep, I can get used to it," he said to himself while placing his food in a porcelain dish and moving towards dining table. "It looks like you are enjoying your new home," came Kyuubi's voice. Naruto brightened up hearing Kyuubi's voice before responding, "Of course I am. And I hope you are enjoying yours as well." "Yep, definitely, it's much better than a sewer," she said before asking, "So are you ready for training?" Naruto grinned at the prospect of learning from the strongest being in all elemental nations. "Yeah, I am ready, so what are you going to teach me, Kyuubi-chan? Some sort of super cool move? No, maybe a killer technique by which I can level whole mountain." He started drooling at the thought of learning all super cool jutsu, saw Jai-chan and passed. "First of all, shut your mouth, you are drooling on your food," she said with a snicker. This brought him out of his fairyland of jutsu before shaking his head by looking down at his saliva-covered food. "Now that you are done eating, we are going to start your training, so come inside your mindscape." Naruto nodded and closed his eyes until he felt a pull before opening his eyes to find himself sitting in a grassy field surrounded by flowers. He slowly stood up and started looking for his resident demoness. After searching for a while, he found her sitting on a branch of tree with one leg hanging and other supporting her, ran up to her waving her to come down. "Now do you know what chakra is?" Kyuubi asked from her position, and Naruto nodded. "Yeah, I know, Jai-chan once told me that it's the energy all shinobi use to do cool ninja stuff," he said with a proud smile. Well, Kyuubi groaned in her place by hearing the explanation, but she can't blame him, he is not even an academy student. "Well, you are not fully wrong, chakra is energy every living thing possesses. It's a combination of physical and spiritual energy. Do you get it this far?" she asked, getting a nod from the blonde. Alright then, now I am going to teach you how to access your chakra. Naruto now has stars in his eyes, so how do I get my chakra, he asked, barely restraining himself from squealing like a fangirl. Once you are in outside world again, close your eyes to meditate and try to find a warm feeling within your body, and once you get hold of it, try and pull it to surface, she explained and sighed. Naruto nodded and disappeared from his mindscape. Naruto moved towards his bed and sat down and closed his eyes. Don't think about anything, just focus on your body, Kyuubi said. He nodded, continued to search for his chakra. After a minute or two he felt something from his stomach, and just like Kyuubi said, he started to pull it towards surface. In mindscape, Kyuubi's eyes widened as Naruto started pulling her chakra. Naruto, don't pull, Kyuubi shouted through their mental link. Naruto's eyes snapped open after hearing Kyuubi's voice. What's the matter, Kyuubi-chan? I just got hold of the warm feeling you are talking about, Naruto asked, confused. Because that was my yaki you were pulling. Don't concentrate on your stomach region or the same thing will happen, Kyuubi said, quite impressed about Naruto pulling her yaki on first try. It's quite an accomplishment. Naruto nodded before doing same thing once, but paid more attention so that he did not pull Kyuubi's yaki. After a few minutes of concentration, a warm feeling filled his body, and just like Kyuubi said, he pulled it as hard as he can. Kyuubi nodded in mindscape. She knew he will able to gain chakra in no time. After all, he has nearly 4 times more chakra than that old man. Very well, Naruto, now that you know how to reach your chakra, I will teach you how to control and use it without wasting it, as well as we are going to start your physical training. So whole ass we have find someplace where you can train without interruption. Yahoo! Oh, I got my chakra, baby. Who is the baddest? Of course me, Uzumaki Naruto, as he bolted up and started a victory dance until he saw his body continues to glow blue for a few seconds. Kyuubi-chan, what is this blue light around me? That's your chakra. Now get moving, we have things to do. Naruto nodded and left his apartment after locking it to prevent any demon haters to enter. 45 minutes later. Training ground 44, a forest of death. Hell Mui, are we here again? Naruto asked as he watched a big ass forest in front of him. He shivered by hearing a loud growl coming from inside. I already told you 3 times before, Naruto, we are going to train here. I was looking for a place for you to train from yesterday. And this is the only place where I haven't sensed human chakra at all. There is only latent remains of human chakra, that means no one use this place anymore. It will be an ideal training ground. And since you emit very low amount of my yaki every second, no wild animals will come close, I think. She mumbled and ignored the you think coming from Blanche and Chiriki. Naruto sighed. So what do you want me to do? First of all, there is 2 things you have to promise me before I start training you. First, you will not complain about your training regime no matter how hard it is. And second, you will not demonstrate your skill until I say so. Do you accept these terms? I promise, Naruto said without missing a beat. Alright then, Naruto, we are going to begin your physical training that I have planned last night. Physical training, he asked. Yep, your body is very weak, Naruto, and the only reason you are not showing signs of malnourishment is because I squeeze out any nourishment from your food. I also constantly provide my yaki to keep your bone and muscle density steady, so you are going to do a lot of physical training to get back in shape without my help. Do you have any problem, she asked with fake anger. Well, Naruto shook his head vigorously. In real world, not want to piss off his sensei on their first day of training. She snickered a bit. Messing with mortals never gets old. That's what I thought. Now first you are going to run 10 miles inside that forest. This will increase your stamina as well as your ability to sense killing intent. Once you are done with it, you will be doing 500 punch with each arms, 500 kicks with each legs, 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, 500 chin-ups. Naruto's jaw was scraping the ground after hearing his training regimen. Are you serious, Kyuubi-chan? It's Kyuubi-sensei when we are training Naruto. And yes, I am serious. If you want to become a shinobi, then you have to be physically strong. Now if you will excuse me, I am very sleepy. I didn't get much sleep last night since I was planning your training on schedule. I will talk to you later, she said before cutting their mental link. Kyuubi-sensei, when he got no answer, he shrugged and started his training. 7 hours later, a totally exhausted and blood-stained Naruto entered his apartment barely walking straight. The training was much more difficult than he first thought, and dodging many animals who are trying to kill him in that damn place doesn't make it any easier. After a long hot bath, he slumped in his couch barely conscious. Did you enjoy your first day of training? Kyuubi said in a voice full of mirth. You're evil, Naruto said. Do you know how many times I was attacked by giant-ass spider and centipede? Are you trying to kill me? He shouted the last part. She started laughing for a minute before responding, thank you for the compliment. And that was also a part of your training. By the way, you did very good today. Take a nap, we have some shopping to do once you got up. Shopping what for? He asked confusedly. Well, first of all, we are going to get you some clothes since you don't have anything that can handle though training. And then we will be going to buy some groceries. You have to eat healthy if you want to get strong. Now take your rest, you deserved it." Naruto slightly nodded before drifting off in blissful unconsciousness. It was nearly 6 in the evening when our hero opened his eyes. He was feeling quite refreshed. He is now mentally thanking Kyuubi for healing him. There is no fatigue or sourness in his body. He got up from the comfortable couch to get his money from his bedroom. He still have a lot of shopping to do. "All ready, Naruto?" Kyuubi asked. "Yeah, let's get going," Naruto said while locking his apartment door, making his way towards Market District. Walking for nearly 10 minutes, he saw that he was nearing town square. And begun to get more glares from people in bristling street, ignoring all the hateful glares and whispers directed towards him. He doesn't care what anyone think about him. He got his Jiji and now Kyuubi is a new friend and sensei. Everyone else can kiss his ass. After a few minutes of searching, Naruto stood in front of a nice looking shop named Phoenix Wing. On the display, many weapons and shinobi garments can be seen. Naruto forced a smile on his face as he proceeded to enter the shop. The bell chimed as he entered the shop. Once inside, his eyes widened as he take a good look at all different shinobi items in shop. The whole place is literally overflowing with different weapons like katana, bow staff, ninjato and some other stuff. "Welcome to Fio," middle-aged man from behind counter said until he took in Naruto's appearance and a disgusted look came on his face. "We don't provide services to your kind, now get lost, demon brat." Naruto frowned after hearing the last statement. Most of the shops don't sell him anything and kick him out if he went inside. He turned to walk out of the shop until a familiar voice called him. "Wait, Naruto," Kyuubi voice came. "He won't sell me anything, Kyuubi-chan, we have to find a different place," he said and started moving towards the door again. "Didn't I just say wait?" Kyuubi said, freezing him in mid-step. "Good, now will you be a darling and give me the control for a few minutes?" "What do you mean?" Then it hit him. "Kyuubi-chan, we can't just kill anyone who treated me badly. Because if we do then there will only a few people left in the entire village," he said while shaking his head. Kyuubi barked in laughter and wiped a tear from her eyes. "Well, I wasn't going to kill him, Naruto. But the suggestion is good. What I was going to do is give him a piece of my mind. Now give me the steering, Naruto. Just try not to kill him, okay?" Naruto said and closed his eyes and giving control to Kyuubi. "Boy, demon brat, get out of my shop or I will." He stopped his rant as a pair of crimson-slitted eyes met his own. Sweat started dripping from his forehead as ominous energy filled the store. Naruto Kyuubi started walking towards the counter. Before responding, "Mortal, listen closely because I am only going to tell you once." Shop owner nodded while shivering like a leaf in storm. "You are going to sell whatever Naruto wants, and if you don't," Naruto started laughing sinisterly, "I will kill you in most painful way." At this point the shop owner has already soiled himself by the killing intent directed towards him by the kid standing in front of him. "So? O of coers Kyuubi iwyll do jj just as yussid," he stuttered out. Naruto, who was watching everything happening from Mindscape and can't stop laughing hysterically. "That was quite a show, Kyuubi-chan," he said while wiping a tear from his eyes. Kyuubi nodded and the crimson color started to fade from his eyes. And it reverted back to its original azure blue. "So can I shop here?" Naruto asked while smiling widely. Oh, of course, Naruto-sama," he stuttered out. Naruto laughed and moved in store a bit further. "That was awesome, Kyuubi-chan," he said, searching for something that will look good on him. "Take that, Naruto," she said while sending him a mental image of what she wanted for him. "Do you think it will look good on me?" he asked. "Yep, it will look good." Naruto nodded and took the article pointed out by Kyuubi while heading towards changing room. A few minutes later he came out wearing a crimson muscle t-shirt with black sleeveless trench coat and black pants. "So what do you think?" he asked his female tenant. "It's great and will also help in your stealth skill." Naruto took 10 sets of said clothing and moved towards counter. "So how much does it cost?" Well, since it's your first time in my store, Naruto-sama, it's free," the cowering shop owner stuttered out. "Oh, that's so, then I will see you again soon, shopkeeper-san," he said and exited the shop. "Well, Kyuubi-chan, I have to say that little trick of yours is awesome." Kyuubi giggled slightly. "Of course it is. It was really pissing me off seeing you getting kicked out by every shop in this village. But now you don't have to worry about that anymore," she finished with a sinister laughter. Naruto ignored the sinister laugh. He doesn't want to judge her without even knowing her. Because if he did then he is not better than any other villagers. He kept walking towards his apartment's direction when Kyuubi decided to chime in. "Where do you think you are going, Naruto? We still have to buy groceries, or did you forgot?" she asked, but face faulted when Naruto started laughing sheepishly. "Haha, sorry about that, I totally forgot, haha." After buying groceries and scaring the shit out of another store owner, now we found our hero sitting on couch in his apartment watching some movie. "God, I am starving, but I don't get it, I don't know how to cook, then why did we buy so much of this stuff?" Naruto said while pointing towards bags of groceries. I know you don't know how to cook, but I certainly do. So switch places with me, and I will start preparing dinner. Naruto nodded and went inside his mindscape to watch Kyuubi preparing dinner. Naruto watched awestruck as Kyuubi graciously started making his meal. Wow, Kyuubi-chan, how did you learn to cook like this? Well, Naruto, when you are alive for many millennium you pick many things out of boredom. This is one of that. Now be quiet and watch great Kyuubi-sama in action. Naruto did as he was asked while watching Kyuubi cook something he never saw before. Now come outside before it gets cold. Naruto came out of his mindscape inhaling the aroma coming from food placed on table. He took a bite from the delicious looking dish and swooned like a fangirl. While in mindscape, Kyuubi was nervously waiting for any kind of response. And she didn't have to wait for long as Naruto squealed in delight. Oh my god, Kyuubi-chan, what is this? Kyuubi's nervousness grew in mindscape and she started going through every step she did while cooking in her mind. It's the most delicious food I ever had. It's like food of gods. Kyuubi-chan, what's the name of this dish? Naruto shouted while looking at his food with starry eyes. Kyuubi released a breath that she didn't knew she was holding before giggling slightly at Naruto's reaction. Well, Naruto, I learned this nearly 300 or 400 years ago from an old bat before I killed her, since she refused to teach me anything else and I forgot its name, so let's just call it Kyuubi-sama special. Well, whatever this is, it's awesome, he said, totally brushing off killing an old bat part. If I get to eat this type of food every day, then I don't mind that suicidal training of yours. Kyuubi's ears perked up at word training. Naruto, once you are finished I want you to come inside here and I will start teaching you different thing like how to enhance your strength and speed with help of your chakra and some different stuff, alright. Just as Kyuubi uttered last word, Naruto appeared in mindscape. That was quick, you already finished your meal? Naruto nodded while staring at Kyuubi as if she is some kind of goddess. Do I have something on my face? Naruto, he shook his head, still not breaking eye contact. What the fuck are you looking at? You are creeping me out, she shouted, and Naruto came out of his stupor. Oh Gomen, Kyuubi-chan, I was just wondering if you are some kind of food goddess. That dish was absolutely delicious. Oh, is that so? Then it's alright, now let's start with your training. Now Naruto, whatever I teach you in here, you have to learn that in outside world once again, but since you already learned it in here, it will be very easy. Do you understand? Naruto nodded. Okay, then let's start the tour. Do I mean training, she said while smirking wickedly, sending a shiver down Naruto's spine. 6 months later. Forest of Death. It's been 6 months since Naruto started training under Kyuubi and the results can be seen very clearly. A lot of his baby fat is now gone and he is a few inches, to be more specific 5 inches tall, with some help from Kyuubi of course. Right now Naruto is sitting on a rock in Forest of Death after finishing his daily regimen. Which now includes 1500 punch with each arms, 1500 kicks with each legs, 1000 push-ups, 1000 sit-ups, 1000 chin-ups, and 40 miles of running in Forest of Death. After first week of training she started concentrating her Yauki in his chakra pathways, saying that it will help in his training. It certainly did. Whenever she stops his body feels like it's a lot of weight is removed. She haven't taught him any jutsu or some cool move. Once when he asked why she is not teaching him anything apart from physical stuff. She quieted him down by saying that his body must reach a certain level of speed, power and flexibility for her to teach him the taijutsu style she has in mind. After that he didn't complain about doing physical training and devoted most of his time in training. Every night she teaches about history of the world. And by history she means true history, not just that half-assed stuff that is taught in academy nowadays. She is also teaching him basic survival skills. Naruto is currently eating a fish he caught a few minutes ago. Naruto, are you done with your physical training for today? Kyuubi asked, and Naruto nodded. Very well, then I think it's time to teach you my taijutsu style and some chakra control exercises. She paused for Naruto to stop his victory dance before continuing. Alright, then come inside and we'll show you basic katas of my style. Jasho Kitsune Rising Fox. Jasho Kitsune, he repeated, already sitting in front of her. Yep, I developed this style a few centuries ago. When I got fed up by blowing everything up with my Bijidama. At this point, Naruto is quite accustomed of Kyuubi's many tales of destruction. And he is not bothered by it at all, and why would he? She only destroy when you tick her off or interrupt her while eating sweets. Yep, in last few months Naruto discovered that Kyuubi has a fetish for sweets. And most of his money is spent to satisfy her sweet tooth. This style focuses on lightning fast reflexes, high flexibility and quick and powerful blows to a person's weak spots like neck, joints, groin. Naruto nodded. I will teach you basic katas tonight, but for now I am going to teach you tree climbing. Naruto gave Kyuubi a dry look before getting up and started walking in opposite direction from her. Where are you going? She asked. If you are not paying attention then let me tell you this. For last 6 fucking months I have been going into a giant ass forest filled with creepy ass monsters. How the hell do you think I am still alive? If you don't have anything better to teach me then I am going. Naruto said while walking away. Naruto, do you remember 2 conditions I put before started teaching you? Naruto nodded. Then get back here, and if you question my training methods again I will stop teaching you. She said in a serious tone which doesn't leave any place for argument. Omen Kyuubi-sensei, it won't happen again, he said. Kyuubi nodded and took him to the nearest tree. Now pay attention, Naruto. Tree walking is one of the basic chakra control exercise. In this you have to send a steady amount of chakra in your feet and then maintain T so that it can stick to the bark of tree. She channeled a bit of her yaki in her feet and started climbing the tree vertically without using her hands. With each step Naruto's eyes grew wider and wider. So what do you think? Wow, Kyuubi-sensei, teach me how to do it. Kyuubi giggled at Naruto's enthusiasm. Channel your chakra in your feet. But if to channel too much then this will happen, she said, while channeling a bit more of her yaki, fully uprooting the tree she was sticking until now. Now you try. Naruto did as he was told and channeled his chakra in his feet. Only after 3 steps vertically he fell straight on his head. Shit, that hurts. That's what happens when you channel less amount of chakra. Now go outside and try again. Naruto nodded and disappeared from his mindscape to train in outside world. Just you wait, I will get this thing down in one day, he exclaimed while Kyuubi grinned in mindscape. We will see, Naruto. We will see. It has been 2 weeks since Kyuubi started teaching him chakra control and Taijutsu. And to say that she was impressed would be an understatement. Naruto is absorbing everything like a sponge, at least in Taijutsu department. His chakra control is well shitty. Ah, why can't I do this fucking thing? Naruto shouted while glaring daggers at the tree in front of him. Kyuubi-sensei, why can't I do it? I am doing this for last 2 weeks and still not anywhere near from top. Well, the reason is simple, you have too much chakra and no control over it. She said while picking her ears. Naruto can sure rant when he can't get something down. The amount of chakra you have right now is 5 times more than total chakra that Sandame old man has. But I have more chakra than Jiji, Naruto shouted. You don't have to be so loud about that, I can hear you clearly, idiot. Nana, Kyuubi-sensei, do you have some kind of shortcut or some trick by which I can learn this quickly? Don't be an idiot, Naruto, there is no shortcut, she said until a memory flashed in her mind. Now that you mention it, there is one technique that can help you. It's called Kage Bunshin. Kage Bunshin, Naruto asked excitedly. Yep, it's a jutsu in which shinobi creates a solid replica of himself, and when that replica dispelled himself, every bit of information he gets will automatically sent back to the original. So with this jutsu you can get a month's training done in a single day. It's quite useful, and since you have so much chakra I don't think it will have any kind of side effect on your body or mind. It's perfect for you. That's awesome, Kyuubi-sensei, would you teach me this jutsu, he asked, hopefully standing in his mindscape with puppy dog eyes in full blast. No, Kyuubi stated while Naruto face faulted. But why not, Kyuubi-sensei, you just said it's perfect for me. It's not like I don't want to teach you, Naruto. The thing is that I don't know it myself, Kyuubi said rather sheepishly while Naruto face faulted once again. Then how the hell do you know about it in the first place? Well, I saw it when I fought that tree hugger Shinigami Hokage of yours. But only for a few seconds before his damnable wife sealed me inside herself. That seal, Kyuubi surpassed an involuntary shudder. That was the worst time of my life. In that seal I can't feel, sense, touch or do anything. I was tightly bound by dozens of chains. Naruto frowned deeply by hearing Kyuubi's tale. Omen no Kyuubi-chan, it's because of me you are sealed once again. Naruto said, not looking at Kyuubi and missing her shocked expression. But don't worry, I promise you that I will find a way to get you out of this seal. You can count on that, Dadabayo, he exclaimed, and Kyuubi's eyes grew in size of dinner platter by hearing Naruto's last statement. Well, if you don't know this jutsu then how am I going to learn it? Naruto asked, giving her enough time to compose herself. Well, when I fought with your yandere he used the same technique on me, but it left him low on chakra. Since it costs so much chakra I guess it must be a kinjutsu. And the safest place to store a kinjutsu is Hokage Tower, so we are going to infiltrate it tonight. But we are going to sneak in Jiji's office, Naruto shouted. Why don't you announce it on a megaphone, you idiot? And yes, we are going to sneak in tonight and we'll search for it. But I don't want to steal anything from Jiji. He said back. I know, Naruto. But frankly your chakra control is shit and your progress is very slow. And it will take months for you to learn even basic things at this rate. So do you want to do it or not? She asked. But how am I going to do it? Even in night Hokage Tower is guarded by Anbu. How am I going to get past them? Kyuubi smirked at this before asking, tell me, Naruto, how many times you were attacked in that forest in your first month of training? Don't remind me, Kyuubi-chan, those bastards used to attack in every few minutes. And what about now? Well, the count decreased in last few months. And if I remembered correctly I am not attacked or chased by those creatures for last 2 weeks. That's correct, and it's because by training there your ability to sense another person's presence increased. As well as your ability to mask your own presence increased as well. I don't think you will have much problem to infiltrate, and if things started to go south you have me, don't you? Yeah, Hokage Tower, beware, Uzumaki Naruto is coming at you. Naruto shouted while Kyuubi shook her head in exasperation. 11 p.m. Outside Hokage Tower. It was late at night and Naruto is currently hiding in a tree near Hokage Tower observing the patrol while waiting for a chance to enter. Hokage himself left a few minutes earlier with a squad of Anbu following him. Let's go, Naruto, the guards will come back in 10 minutes. Naruto slowly climbed to the upper floors before entering through the window in Hokage's office. What's happening, Naruto asked as he has suddenly got very sleepy. It's a genjutsu, don't worry, I already dispelled it. You will be fine in few seconds. But we have to hurry, Naruto, that genjutsu, circa a few footsteps can be heard coming towards their direction. Quick, Naruto, hide under that desk, Kyuubi mentally shouted. A few seconds later office door burst opened and two Anbu came into it already in attacking position with their ninjato in hands. Are you sure there is someone in here, one of the Anbu asked. Yes, I am sure, I definitely sensed a low burst of chakra, second Anbu said while looking for any sign of intruder. What should we do now, Kyuubi-chan, Naruto asked, sweat pouring down from his face. There is something I can do, but it will be very painful. Dude, we can't get caught now. Kyuubi hesitated a bit before nodding. Give me control. Naruto gave control of his body and entered his mindscape. I am sorry, Naruto, but this will hurt a lot. Naruto shook his head. Don't worry about it, Kyuubi-chan just kicked their asses. A small smile came on Kyuubi's face and she disappeared from the mindscape. Naruto, this will be your first seeing me fight using Jasho Kitsune, so watch closely. Naruto nodded in mindscape. Naruto Kyuubi formed a ram sign and whispered Oni-henge, demon transformation. A thick smoke filled the whole room, putting both Anbu on guard. Let's see if you can deal with this, a feminine voice spoke. One smoke cleared instead of Naruto. Kyuubi stood in all her glory with a smirk on her face. Before first Anbu can even finish his sentence, a knee buried itself into his stomach, followed up by a chop on the back of his neck. She jumped back, avoiding a vertical slash from the second Anbu before disappearing from his line of sight. And delivered a bone-shattering blow to his jaw, easily breaking it. Before sending him into a dreamless sleep by a chop on the back of his neck. So do you like the show, Naruto? Kyuubi asked while dropping her advanced henge. And giving control back to Naruto. Naruto fell on his knees gasping for breath as his whole body started aching like just gone through worst beating of his life. What's happening, Kyuubi-chan? Naruto asked, trying his best not to scream in pain. I am really very sorry, Naruto. But the technique I just used is an advanced form of regular henge. This jutsu allows me to use my Yauki without becoming a walking beacon. But it also ripped apart a lot of your muscle and tissues. You don't have to apologize to me, Kyuubi-chan. It's only because of you I am not arrested right now, Naruto said while giving her a pained but genuine smile. He slowly dragged himself in front of drawers of Sandame's table, inspecting everything inside. Shit, there is no scroll in here and that last drawer is not opening. What should I, Naruto said until he saw a red button underneath the desk. Naruto pushed the red button and click grazed his ears, signifying that something just opened. He cautiously pulled the last drawer open and released a breath as one scroll came into his view. Kyuubi-chan, is this the scroll? He asked his female tenant. Yes, the big scroll is the one we came here for, after all. It does says scroll of sealing. Copy its contents, Naruto. You did bring a spare scroll, don't you? Kyuubi asked with an edge in her voice. Naruto nodded and started copying everything down in his spare scroll. After 25 minutes of copying, Naruto jumped out of Hokage Tower, making his way towards his home. To get some well-deserved sleep. Next day. Knock. 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 Naruto made his way towards his front door while muttering some curses to his unexpected guest. He opened his door slightly before his eyes widened at seeing his grandfather figure standing in front of his door. Hundreds of thoughts raced through his mind. Like, did he found out that he is the one who broke into Hokage office last night? Is he here to arrest him? Naruto-kun, how are you today? The aged Hokage asked him with a gentle smile. Jai-chan, what are you doing here today? Naruto asked. A mock-hurt look came on Sarutobi's aged face. I see you don't want your Jai-chan to visit you anymore. I can understand you have your own apartment and now going to join academy from tomorrow. Why would you want to hang out with this old man? He sniffed a bit at last part, thoroughly enjoying Naruto's panicked look. And no, it's not like that, Jai-chan, I was just not expecting you today. Naruto tried to explain while frantically moving his hands. Sarutobi laughed at Naruto's try to defuse the situation before ruffling his hair a bit, getting a cute pout out of blonde. That was not funny, Jiji, Naruto shouted. Now Naruto, the reason I came here today is to tell you that I have enrolled you into academy. And it will start from tomorrow, so here is your first year's course. Sarutobi said while handing Naruto a pile of books. Oh, arigato, Jiji, come on inside, Naruto said while gesturing for old man to enter. Sorry Naruto, some other time, I can't stay today. Yesterday late night someone broke into my office and knocked out 2 of my anbu. Investigation is going on right now so I have to be there. Sorry. Sarutobi said while ruffling Naruto's hair again before disappearing in a leash shunshin. Man, I have to learn how to do that. It's a pain to walk across whole town to reach that creepy forest. So Naruto ready for another day of training? Kyuubi asked, and Naruto nodded. 30 minutes later. Forest of Death. Alright Naruto, let's see that scroll, Kyuubi said, and Naruto unrolled the scroll while looking at different jutsu written on it. There it is, Kage Bunshin. What does it say, Naruto? Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, a B rank Kinjutsu. Developed by Senju Tabarama. Is an advanced form of simple clone jutsu. This jutsu forms actual solid copies of user with memory feedback. Any information clones receive will be sent back to original apart from physical work. This jutsu is originally developed for information gathering and infiltration mission. The only drawback of this jutsu is that it divides user's chakra equally between every clone. By creating too many clones, the user will suffer extreme chakra exhaustion and death. Naruto read out loud. Man, this is one dangerous jutsu. It is for others but not for you, Naruto. Even if you make too many clones you won't suffer from chakra exhaustion. After all, you have me inside of you now. Try creating some clones. Naruto nodded and formed a tiger seal before shouting, Kage Bunshin, no Jutsu shadow clone technique. A large poof of smoke appeared, and when it cleared Naruto's jaw dropped, looking at nearly 200 copies of himself looking around curiously. Yada, I did it. And in my first try, if I keep going at this pace, I will be the strongest shinobi in world in no time. Databeo, Naruto shouted, and his clones soon followed. Kyuubi decided to burst Naruto's little bubble by saying the only reason you were able to do it in your first try is because you have too much chakra to burn. The amount of chakra you just used to create all this clone would have killed a normal jounin. Anyone who has same amount of chakra you do can do it. It's really not a big deal. Kyuubi roared in laughter as a storm cloud appeared on top of Naruto's head and he started drawing circles on ground. You don't have to say it like that. Can't you just say that good work Naruto or something along the line? Naruto said in a fake hurt voice. Naruto, divide your clones into 3 groups. First with 100 will perform basic katas of Jasho Kitsune Rising Fox. Then divide the remaining 100 into 2 groups of 50 and order them to do tree walking and water walking. Got it, Naruto? Naruto nodded but suddenly remembered one part of said jutsu. But Kyuubi-sensei, the scroll said that physical work can't be done through them. Naruto asked confusedly. That is correct, Naruto, no physical training can be done through them. I want them to basic katas so that it become a muscle memory to you. And that can be done through clones. Naruto nodded and divided his clones just like Kyuubi instructed and gave them their own tasks. While he himself started his physical training. Not knowing that 2 figures is observing him from nearby tree. Nearby tree. Shinigami-sama, is Kyuubi really helping Naruto-kun in his ninja training? Kushina asked the death god sitting beside her. Yes, Kushina-san, she is helping Naruto in his conquest of becoming strongest shinobi in elemental nations. Shinigami said in her usual monotone. Are you sure she is not trying to control Naruto-kun or trying to break free? She asked in concerned voice. You worry too much, Kushina-san. With my power inside him I was able to hear their mental conversation and Kyuubi is genuinely trying to help Naruto. Shinigami reassured her. Shinigami-sama, Kushina started rather timidly before continuing. About my request, see, can you grant it now? I will pay the price as soon as possible. Shinigami's eyes darted towards Kushina, who took a step back due to the fierce look in death god's eyes. I have told you before, Kushina-san, I can't do it right now. Not until Naruto awakens his powers, only then I can fulfill your wish. And the only reason I am even considering this is because of his future status. There is nothing I can do until he awakens his powers. Shinigami said in usual monotonous voice. Kushina nodded and turned forward to watch Naruto train. Next day. Wake up, Naruto, wake up, Kyuubi called his sleeping host. Just 5 minutes more, Kyuubi-chan, Naruto replied. If you wake up right now then I will teach you one of the advanced techniques of Jasho Kitsune, and just like that Naruto bolted straight, going through his morning rituals in record time on 15 minutes. So what kind of move you are going to teach me? I will master it no time, and with Kage Bunshin at my disposal, I can learn it in no time. Naruto said. Well, I have to agree that using Kage Bunshin for training was a good thing. You were able to climb 3/4 of the tree with just 1 day of training. But right now you should get ready, it's first day of academy. Naruto nodded cheerfully while putting on his usual outfit and left his apartment. Naruto moved through busy streets of Konoha while ignoring the usual hateful glares while making his way toward Shinobi Academy. He came to a sudden stop when a mob of civilians blocked his way toward Shinobi Academy. Where do you think you are going, demon? One of the villagers spat. Naruto's smile vanished and he flared his chakra, sending everyone in the area on their knees. This will be the last time you blocked my way. And if any one of you did it again I will kill you. Naruto said, drawing a bit of Kyuubi's chakra. Naruto-kun, is there some problem? Familiar voice of cat-masked Anbu came. Naruto turned around and came face to face with purple-haired female Anbu. Nico ni, Naruto shouted and leapt in her arms. Nico smiled behind the mask and returned the hug. Naruto-kun, what happened here? Nico asked, gesturing towards now unconscious villagers. Naruto scratched the back of his head sheepishly. Well, Nico ni, yesterday I heard some academy student talking about accessing their chakra, so yesterday I tried it and was able to pull it out. I don't know what happened just now. Nico's eyes grew wide. Accessing a person's chakra is a second-year academy skill. And Naruto can do it even before his first day of academy. Good work, Naruto-kun, Nico said while ruffling his spiky blonde hair. He must have flared his chakra subconsciously, resulting all of this. Are you going towards academy? She asked. Yep, I don't want to be late on my first day, but now I think I will be. Naruto said, looking a bit disheartened. Nico, seeing this, engulfed his in a hug, turning Naruto bright red. And Nico ni, what are you doing? Nico just smiled, not that Naruto can't see it, and disappeared in a leaf shunshin. A second later, Naruto and Nico appeared just in front of academy grounds, which is filled with many soon-to-be academy students and their parents. It feels weird traveling like this. Nico patted on his back, gesturing him to go ahead. Thank you for bringing me here, and Nico cut his off by placing a finger on his lips. Before removing her mask. Naruto's eyes widened by looking at her perfectly heart-shaped face. With piercing brown orbs which holds nothing but warmth for him. Yugao, she said in a soft tone and planted a kiss on his forehead. Yugao-chan, Naruto said, trying to control his increasing blush. Yugao's smile widened at hearing Naruto addressing her with her real name. Best of luck, Naruto-kun, Yugao said while placing her mask back on her face and flicked him on forehead before disappearing again. Naruto smiled a bit and moved towards the academy. Look at that kid, it's the demon brat. Shizuku-chan, don't try to talk to him, alright, one of the man said to his daughter. Many more same type of comment can be heard. Naruto's smile dropped a bit but brightened up instantly as academy building came into view. You alright, Naruto? Kyuubi asked. Yep, I don't care what all these idiots think about me. Until I have Jai-chan, Yugao-chan and you, their opinion doesn't matter, Naruto said through their mental mindscape. Kyuubi eyes widened a bit but composed herself quickly. Best of luck, Naruto, she said. Naruto nodded and opened the academy gates, getting hateful glares from everyone, civilian and shinobi alike, standing in the corridor. I am getting a feeling that my academy life will be a very difficult one. What do you think, Kyuubi-chan? Kyuubi scowled at villagers before responding. Well, you can always send a Kage Bunshin instead coming here. We can use this time to train you. Ah, the pleasures of Kage Bunshin, Naruto said while walking towards his classroom. End chapter. Chapter 6, Trust and the Journey begins. Naruto, age 12. Somewhere high no Kuni. This is fucking boring. Naruto shouted while dodging a vertical slash before parrying a hail of kunai coming towards him. You think this is boring, brat? You won't be saying anything when I am done with you, a hulking man said while charging at Naruto with his axe. You guys are no challenge, Naruto sighed and started going through a series of hand seals while continued dodging projectiles and sword strikes sent towards him. Suiton. Tatsumaki. Water release. Tornado. Water started raising from the nearby river and took form of a mighty tornado, drowning dozens of bandits in the clearing. You bastard, I will kill you. A bandit shouted, delivering a storm of kicks and punches towards Naruto, who gracefully sidestepped and parried each blow. You know your taijutsu is fangirl level, your punches are sloppy and kicks are slow. Your body is far too rigid and your reflexes are well shit, I don't have any word to describe it. He said with a smirk, fully enjoying the look of outrage on his opponent's face. Why you? The man who just got his skills evaluated shouted. And launched a punch towards Naruto's face, who sidestepped it easily before placing a hand on Bandit's back and started concentrating a large amount of chakra on his palm. Sayonara, he said in a whisper for only the bandit to hear, and released all the chakra in his palm in one go, sending the man flying through a bunch of trees, a few houses used by the bandit group and number of boulders. Before stopping at a huge boulder. I think I overdid it, Naruto said while scratching the back of his head sheepishly and ignoring the "you think" from the remaining bandits. In Naruto's mindscape, Kyuubi sweat dropped at his host's antics. Really, Naruto? Haven't I told you before that your chakra is 5 times more dense and potent than any other human? Or did you forget? She asked, but the only answer she got is more embarrassed chuckle from Naruto. Just kill the meatbag so we can go back. She said in an exasperated voice before cutting the mental link. Naruto nodded and with a burst of speed disappeared from the sight of bandits. Where the fuck did he go? One bandit asked, shouted. But his answer came as a lot of his fellow bandits started dropping like flies, bleeding profusely from their jugular. Naruto stopped channeling chakra in his feet and appeared just a few centimeters away from the above-mentioned bandit covered in blood. The bandit took an involuntary step back before stuttering out what air you a monster. Lon Jinchuriki's eyes widened. How do you know? He shouted and the remaining bandits started running for their dear life. But were unlucky because Naruto slammed both his palms in ground shouting. Doten. Yamamito, earth release. Rumbling mountain. 100 earth spears shot from the ground, brutally killing every single one of bandits. Well, it looks like I am done here, he said to no one in particular, but still received an answer. No, not yet, Gaki, a gruff voice came from behind him. Naruto turned around and raised an eyebrow at the person's appearance. He is a tall man, the tallest he has ever seen, standing near 7'5" with a long scar running from his right shoulder to his mid-abdomen. Wearing a simple black cargo shirt with Kumo pants. He also have a big-ass sword nearly as long as himself. I suppose you are the leader, Naruto asked, an excited voice escalating a raised eyebrow from the bandit leader. And you must the little shit who killed all these losers, he said, pointing towards the dead bandits. Naruto nodded happily before saying, now it's your turn to join your friends. Channeling his chakra in his feet, he shot towards the leader who followed the suit. Evading a horizontal slash from the tall man, the blonde tried to deliver a blow on man's chest, but the tall leader placed his sword in between them, blocking it. Naruto jumped back, dodging a leg sweep before going through some hand seals and shouted Futen. Rinkuden, wind release. Drilling air bullets and shot 6 air bullets from his mouth towards the leader who slammed his hands on ground, calling his own jutsu. Doten Doryu Heki, earth release. Earth style wall. Air bullet slammed into earth wall and both jutsu cancelled each other out. So you are a ninja? Naruto asked, but he already know the answer. As the cloud of dust cleared, the bandit leader can be seen standing in the same place with a manic grin on his face. Finally, someone interesting. It's been a while since I faced a ninja, let's see how good you are, he said, before disappearing only on instincts. Naruto bought his in front of his face, blocking the strike, which would have cleaved him into half. Channeling his wind chakra, Naruto pushed his kunai forward, cutting through the sword like butter. Oh ho, the Gaki has wind affinity. 3 affinities at your age is quite admirable, it's a shame your village is going to lose a ninja like you, he said, while throwing his broken sword towards Naruto, who dodged it easily, but was not fast enough to block or parry the knee buried into his stomach. Blood flew from his mouth as he coughed violently, putting a smirk on Bandit's face. Until he heard a voice. Will you stop playing around? Just kill the damn meatbag or I will increase your sparing time. Kyuubi mentally said while Naruto's eyes widened in horror, remembering every spar between him and Kyuubi. Mostly the ass kicking she gave him. Naruto nodded stiffly before saying, sorry man, I can't play anymore or else I will be in world of pain, he said before burying a fist into his opponent's stomach, breaking number of bones. Using the momentum, he jumped up, delivering a bone-shattering kick to man's right arm, dislocating and shattering it into pieces. Before his enemy can do anything, he jumped back, going through a series of hand seals before whispering Hyuten. Kori Kaiden, ice release. Ice palace. The burst of chakra released from Naruto, freezing everything in its path, trees, animals, dead bandits and even ground. Leader of bandits doesn't stand a chance as the wave of chakra passed through him, freezing him in his place. Well, that was easier than I thought, Naruto said, looking at the frozen landscape. You should have done that from the start, she said in bored tone. Where's the fun in that? And we started raiding these bandit camps so that I can get battle experience. It was fun when we started 3 years ago, but now it's more like walking through park. That is true, it looks like we have to find a new source to gain battle experience, she paused a bit before saying. And you still have to work on your water control, that last jutsu you used took a lot more chakra than it should have, she said, going into sensei mode. Naruto nodded, he still remembers the day when she started teaching him how to use elemental chakra. It started with that clusterfuck. Flashback. Naruto age. 8. Training ground 44 Aka Forest of Death. For last 1.5 year Naruto is training in Jasho Kitsune Taijutsu style. And Kyuubi is sure now that Naruto is a genius as far as Taijutsu goes. Currently we can see Naruto sitting on a rock in forest in meditative position. But by Naruto's expression anyone can tell that meditation is the last thing he is doing. Inside his mindscape the situation is totally different. But more force, she blocked a punch behind your blows, Naruto. Kyuubi shouted and dodged another kick aimed at her neck from the blonde Jinchuriki. Naruto's eyes narrowed towards female friend and tenant as she kept dodging everything he threw at her. Damn it. Why can't I hit you? Naruto shouted while a smirk appeared on Kyuubi's face. Because you are 1,000 years young to even lay a single finger on me, Naruto. Her smirk widened, looking at Naruto's angry expression. Naruto charged at her once again, delivering a fury of punches and kicks. Which she gracefully dodged. I think it's enough for today, she said and punched him right on solar plexus, sending him on his knees. Man, I still can't land a single hit on you. Naruto whined, still clutching his stomach tightly. You have improved a lot, Naruto, that goes without saying. But you still have a long way to go before you even come close to land a blow. And you have to learn how to control your emotions better, your attacks become more sloppier when I insulted you. Your enemy will not show any mercy, they will kill you the moment your guard is down. Kyuubi lectured. I will be more careful in future, Kyuubi-sensei. But what do you think about my taijutsu, what level do you put it? He said in a determined tone. Kyuubi hummed a bit before a small nearly unnoticeable smile came on her face. Well, your current taijutsu is low chunin level with my concentrated chakra, without is high chunin level. Chakra control is high genin to low chunin level, I have to say I am impressed. She said while Naruto blushed. Arigato Kyuubi-chan, I will not disappoint you, Naruto said, and Kyuubi's smile grew a bit. Very well, now get some rest, we will continue, it looks like we got some company. A low threatening growl escaped her throat. You should go back, Naruto. They will be here in a few seconds. Naruto nodded and left his mindscape. Do you know who these people are? Naruto asked, grabbing the kunai from his kunai holster while taking a defensive stance. No, their chakra signature is different from anybody you know. And it's very high, if I have to say mid to high jounin level. Here they come, Kyuubi said, and 4 men dropped from the trees surrounding him from all sides. Naruto glanced at them, taking in their appearance. All 4 of them are dressed in what looks like Anbu uniform, but it was clear that they are not standard Anbu officers. The major difference between these guys and Konoha's Anbu are that these guys don't have Konoha's hit I-8 and are dressed in full black uniform with a white porcelain mask, which says Naruto. He can sense 3 more presents in trees, but didn't voice it before asking in a stoic monotone. Who are you? And what do you want? One of the 4 stepped forward before responding, it doesn't matter who we are. Danzo-sama has asked us to bring you to him. Rude member replied in an emotionless tone. And what if I said no? Naruto asked. Then we will have to use force. It's Danzo-sama's order that if you don't comply silently, then we are allowed to use force. Same masked man replied while drawing his tanto, and the rest 3 followed the suit. We request that you come with us silently and you will not be harmed. What should I do now, Kyuubi-chan? As you said, they are mid to high jounin level. I won't stand a chance in front of them. And running away is also out. So should I fight? Naruto asked, not really sure what to do. There is no way in hell you will be able to defeat them. Not to mention the 3 sheeps who are watching this right now from the trees. The only way of us to survive is if you gave control to me. Kyuubi said in a serious voice. Alright, you can take my body, Naruto immediately replied, shocking Kyuubi a bit. What, don't you remember what happened last time? And by the look of things we will have to fight 7 people. It may take a while, and the longer I control your body more damage it will take. Not to mention in your weak physical and mental state the seal will also weaken. Don't you think I will try to break free taking advantage of it? She said, thoroughly confused about Naruto's willingness to give his body to her. It doesn't make any sense. Naruto chuckled a bit before responding. Well, I do remember what happened last time. And I really don't want to go through same pain again. But right now I am not strong enough to protect myself, and the only way to get out of this mess is by letting you deal with this, and about seal getting weaker and you getting free, you don't worry about it. Since I want to do that myself, I will find a way to get you outside of that damn seal. You can believe that, Databeo. Naruto exclaimed fiercely. Determination can be heard in his voice. Kyuubi blinked once, twice and a few more times. Once Naruto's word settled, she gasped. Only one thing or word came in her mind. Why, she whispered. What was that, Kyuubi-chan? I am sorry, I can't hear it. Kyuubi bit her lower lip before saying why. Why would you do that? Don't you think that I might try to take control of your body? Don't you know it is because of me your life is like this? Everyone hates you because of me. So how? Naruto interrupted her before she could say anything. Don't you dare say that. Naruto shouted with a tint of anger in his voice. It's only because of you that I am still alive. Even after all those daily beatings I am still here only because of you. You have taken care of me from the day one, you were with me every second through all that shit. And it's definitely not your fault that villagers treat me like dirt. It's due to their own ignorance. It's their fault that they can't see past their hatred. I don't care if they hate, I don't give a flying fuck for what they think. I don't care about them, they can kiss my ass for all I care. The one I care about is you, your opinion is what matters to me. So don't give me that crap. And I certainly don't care if you take control of my body, I am willing to give it to you, because I trust you. Naruto shouted mentally. During the whole thing Kyuubi was hearing everything dumbfounded. She is not even upset that Naruto was shouting at her. With every word her eyes started to get wider and wider, and a single tear escaped her eyes at the last word, I trust you. She can still hear the words ringing in her head. At that moment another memory came back to her. There will a day when you will find someone whom you can trust completely. Just wait until that day, and when you find that someone, don't let him or her go. He will be the light you should follow. Goodbye my daughter. As the memory passed, Kyuubi can't help but shake like a leaf. Many more flashes of memory came back. Why, you were wrong, father, there is no one in this world like that. I will definitely not trust anyone ever again, she said to herself. Her focus returned to the current matter when one of the masked man said. "So what's your answer?" Same guy asked. "I refuse," Naruto said, getting into Josho Kitsune's basic stance. "Then we are not responsible for anything happen after this." Naruto gulped and tensed his muscles to react for any kind of attack. "Give me control," came Kyuubi's voice. "Kyuubi-chan," Naruto said, giving her full control. A blast of killing intent flooded the whole area, sending all four attackers on their knees. One of them threw a shuriken aimed at Naruto's forehead. But before it can reach its destiny, Kyuubi caught it. Before throwing it back with 10 times more speed and power. He does not stand any chance for dodging or parrying, as the shuriken went straight through his head before getting struck into the tree behind him. Before any of the remaining three can do anything, Kyuubi formed a snake hand seal and whispered Yamarashi, porcupine. Earth beneath them started to shake violently, then it stopped. Every root member released a breath as nothing happened. But their happiness was short-lived as hundreds of rock spears came shooting from the ground, impaling them everywhere. When the barrages stopped, all three assassins looked just like a porcupine with earth spears poking out from every part of their body. "We should retreat, Danzo-sama. That boy is much more skilled than we thought," said an orange-haired man wearing same black Anbu shirt with black and a black cloak with a tento on his back. "I agree, Danzo-sama, the boy is more capable. It's illogical to stay anymore." Second member of the three said, wearing same attire as all other root members with a black jacket and black mask. "Very well, it's wise if we retreat for now. I never anticipated him to be this skilled," Danzo said. "Fu Torun, we are leaving," Danzo said before turning around only to come face to face with Naruto. "Kyuubi. You are not going anywhere," Kyuubi said before dodging a hail of sword slashes aimed for his vital organs. "You are quite good, but one need more than just brute strength to win," he said, stopping the tanto with just his index and middle finger and breaking it with a flick. Shock can easily be seen on orange-haired man's face, but before she could deliver the final blow, an intense pain surged through the whole body. Looking down, she found the other member of three grabbing her feet and the area around his hand started to turn purple. "Shit poison," Kyuubi cursed while directing a bit of her yaki at the wound and in the masked man as well. A few seconds later, Torun's scream can be heard all over the forest as Kyuubi's yaki started melting his inner organs. Thinking that Kyuubi is distracted, Fu leapt towards her going through hand seals, but all his attempts stopped as a red claw came shooting from Kyuubi's chest, impaling him straight in heart, killing him instantly. After pulling back her chakra arm, Kyuubi noticed that Torun's screams have stopped sometime during her killing his partner. Danzo cannot believe his eyes. His two topmost operatives are killed in front of him like fresh genin. That's when he noticed the red chakra swirling around the boy. Instantly knowing what's happening, Danzo unwrapped his right arm and left eye, showing 10 Sharingan planted it with one in his left eye socket. "This is as far as you will go," Danzo said while Tomo in his left eye started to spin rapidly. Kyuubi's attention shifted towards the last man and her eyes widened by looking at all those Sharingan. "I will kill you," she shouted before charging towards Danzo. Only because of years of experience, he dodged a claw attack that would have taken his entire head off. Even though he doesn't came out unscratched. "Shit," Danzo cursed, clutching his left eye without Shisu's Mangekyo. "I can't control Biju's chakra, I have to retreat." What's happening?" Kyuubi asked as her chakra started to retreat into the seal. "That damnable eye," Kyuubi mentally shouted as her yaki fully disappeared, giving control back to Naruto. Naruto's screams of agony filled the forest as his body started breaking on cellular level before regenerating just as fast. Fuck, this is far worse than before," Naruto gasped out with blood coming out of his mouth. "Sorry Naruto, I can't do anything," Kyuubi said while trying to sense the last assassin, and to her relief, he is moving away from their direction. "Hold on Naruto, I have already started healing, just hang on." "Ethan K. Why you Kentucky UUBCHAAN," he said before unconsciousness took over. "Konohagakure Hospital." Naruto groaned as persistent sunlight keeps hitting his face. So he gave up and slowly opened his eyes to see white ceiling of hospital. He groaned once again. Naruto never liked hospitals. Everywhere white creeps him out. There is another reason he doesn't like hospitals is because once when he was beaten to an inch of his life, hospital staff refused to treat him, saying that demon deserved that. After that incident he never saw faces of the people who said that. Naruto quickly get rid of his hospital gown before getting dressed into his regular attire. Consisting of crimson muscle shirt, black Anbu pants with a black half-sleeved trench coat. Just as he was about to make a run from hospital window, he froze by a voice. "Where do you think you are going, Naruto-kun?" Yugao asked in sickly sweet voice, sending shiver down his spine. "Yugao-chan, I didn't see you there, how are you?" Naruto asked innocently as if he was not going to run from hospital again. "I think that is my line," Yugao said this time in an emotionless tone, making Naruto step back a bit. "Were you trying to run away from hospital again?" she asked. "Oh hell no, I just came near the window to enjoy the view." It's nice weather today. Of course it is, Yugao said while narrowing her eyes dangerously at Naruto. You are going to kill me, aren't you? Yugao nodded. I should run then, Naruto said before jumping down from second floor. Yugao's eyes widened as Naruto jumped down. It widened even more as she saw his running vertically downwards towards the ground. How the hell he knows tree walking exercise? It's a genin level technique, someone must be teaching him, but whom? She thought to herself before started running towards Naruto to give him his well-deserved punishment. After running around the village for 4 long hours and getting his shit kicked out by an irate Yugao. Now we find our blonde Jinchuriki sitting in his apartment eating some seafood that Kyuubi prepared for him. Man, if people like that are after me then I am toast. I have to get strong and fast. Naruto thought to himself. I came on the same conclusion, Naruto. Kyuubi chimed in. Kyuubi-chan, so did you find something out to get me stronger? He asked. Yes I do, I wanted to teach you this after 1 or 2 years, but the situation is not in our favor, so I am going to start your lessons today. So once you are finished come into Seal so we can get started. Naruto nodded after devouring his food came inside Seal. So what are you going to teach me today, Kyuubi-sensei? Naruto asked sitting in lotus position in front of a tree. Kyuubi jumped from her position landing directly in front of Naruto before saying elemental manipulation. Elemental manipulation? Naruto asked confusedly. Kyuubi nodded. Do you remember the jutsu that you want to learn from Forbidden Scroll? Naruto nodded. Yes, I remember. At that time you told me that I can only learn that after I learn how to control my elemental chakra. Precisely. Now from today I am going to teach you how to control your elemental chakra. Now Naruto, do you know the 5 basic elements? Kyuubi asked and Naruto shook his head in negative, ashamed at his lack of knowledge. Kyuubi sensing this assured him. There is no need to be ashamed, Naruto. Elemental manipulation is a jounin level skill, it's natural that you don't know about this. Naruto smiled a bit and she continued, there are 5 basic elements which includes wind, water, earth, lightning and fire. Now everyone is born with 1 or 2 chakra affinity. Looking at Naruto's confused look on affinity, she decided to elaborate. What I mean by affinity is that if a person has natural fire affinity, he can easily learn fire jutsu. Naruto nodded. Now each element is stronger and weaker than one another. For example, water beats fire, but earth beats water. But first we have to know what affinity you have. So how do I know about my affinity? He asked. That simple, channel your chakra in my direction and imagine it to envelope me. Kyuubi stated. Naruto nodded before started channeling his chakra towards Kyuubi, enveloping her fully inside it. As Naruto was doing this, Kyuubi places both of her hands on Naruto's blue chakra and closed her eyes. After nearly a full minute she opened her eyes again, signaling Naruto to stop. So what is it? He asked enthusiastically. It's wind and lightning. Quite interesting if I have to say. Wind and lightning are naturally opposite elements. So it's very rare to have natural affinity of polar opposite elements. Alright, wind and lightning, hell yeah, I like that. Naruto exclaimed. With my affinities you will have 4, she said happily. What, you also have affinities? You heard me, Naruto. What do you think? I don't have affinities. For your information, I have 2 affinities, earth and water. Just like most of the Bijus. So other Bijus also have affinities? Naruto asked and Kyuubi nodded. Yes, most of the Bijus have water and earth affinities, or either one of them. Since we are so in tune with nature. The only Biju who doesn't have either of them is Nibi no Nakamata. I don't understand. It's your affinities, so how can I use them? That's simple, it's because of this seal. From the day 1 this seal is slowly taking my Yaki and mixing it into your chakra system. And because of that, my Yaki is not the only thing getting transferred, and elemental Yaki is also mixing with your, so with enough practice and a bit of my Yaki, you will be able to use earth and water ninjutsu. With time your chakra network will adapt with changes and will start to create your own earth and water chakra. Whoa, amazing, that means I can use 4 element nature, that's awesome. And don't forget about sub-elements. Sub-elements, what are those? He asked confusedly. As I already told you, there are 5 basic elements, but by combining 2 or more basic elements, sub-elements can be created. What do you know about Kekkei Genkai? Kekkei Genkai is mutation in one's DNA. It's of 3 types: ocular Kekkei Genkai like Sharingan, Byakugan and most powerful of them all Rinnegan. Chakra enhancement Kekkei Genkai like Shadow Possession of Nara clan, and last body enhancement Kekkei Genkai like Dead Bone Pulse of Kagaya clan. Naruto finished and a proud smile came on Kyuubi's face. Very well, Naruto, it's good to see you haven't forgotten my lessons, Kyuubi said, and Naruto blushed. No shinobi, no matter how much training he or she do. No matter how good his chakra control is in normal conditions, a regular shinobi cannot mold 2 different chakra at the same time. That's where Kekkei Genkai comes into play. Hyoten of Yuki clan is an example of working of chakra enhancement Kekkei Genkai. What it basically do is while a user mold one type of chakra, his or her Kekkei Genkai automatically molds the other. In our case I will work as a Kekkei Genkai, well you will mold one type of chakra, I will mold the other type by this way, you will be able to use sub-elements like Hyuten, Shoten and Mokuten. Are you still with me or did I lost you somewhere? Kyuubi asked and Naruto shook his head negatively. Good, now first I am going to teach how to control your elemental chakra, let's see your wind affinity is more stronger than your lightning affinity, so we will start with wind. Naruto nodded and Kyuubi picked a leaf before showing it to Naruto. What you have to do is to channel your wind chakra in this leaf and cut it in half, is that understood? She asked and Naruto nodded. Naruto did as she told him, but instead of cutting leaf into half it turned into dust. Kyuubi who was watching said. You are in your mindscape Naruto, my Yauki is more easy to access here, go outside and try again. I will also lock your regular chakra so that only wind and lightning chakra remains, it will greatly help in your control. Naruto nodded and disappeared from his mindscape. You know what you have to do, right? Naruto nodded. A sly smirk appeared on his face. Naruto formed a ram seal before shouting Taju Kage Bunshin, no jutsu multiple shadow clone technique, a large poof of smoke appeared when it cleared 400 Narutos can be seen standing. Let's go guys, we have to cut this damn leaf today Naruto and hi. Was the response he got from his clones. Then flashback. Yudo Naruto. Kyuubi shouted. What the fuck Kiyomi-chan, why the hell are you shouting? Naruto asked. Kiyomi sighed. You just spaced out there for nearly 10 minutes, I was getting worried. Oh don't worry about it, just thinking about some stuff, did you sense anything? Yes, there are many chakra signature coming from that mansion. Kiyomi said, sending a mental picture of the building. Do you think? Yes, by the feel of their chakra all of them are civilian and female. Naruto's face darkened. Let's free them then, he said in a monotone. You alright Naruto? Kiyomi asked, a bit worried for her host. Don't worry Kiyomi-chan, I am fine, Naruto said with a serene smile. Thank you for staying by my side for all this time Kiyomi-chan. Using your real name always feels good, it feels like you are finally trusting me. He thought, unaware that his thought is heard by the above mentioned. What are you saying? And Naruto. Kiyomi stuttered, her face turning unidentified color of red. Why, you heard everything? Naruto shouted and did the only thing he can do, he fainted. Flashback. Naruto age 10. Naruto's apartment. For last few months Naruto's main concentration has been Fuinjutsu. And he also found a way to block everything from Kyuubi, so whenever he study Fuinjutsu, he shuts all connection between him and her, which irritated her to no end, not that he knows that. Right now Kyuubi is sitting in the house she made for herself. And like every day she can't communicate Naruto anymore. I am going to find out what he is doing, she said, while spiking her chakra to such a level that would put Senju Hashirama to shame. And forcefully taking over Naruto's body. Naruto blinked a few times. Just a second ago he was in his apartment reading Fuinjutsu. Trying to figure out any way to free Kyuubi from her seal, and a second later he is inside his mindscape. That's when he realized what happened and only one word escaped from his mouth: shit. An outside world. After forcefully taking control of her host's body. Kyuubi looked around to find out what Naruto was up to for several months. Looking down, her eyes widened because in front of her was a book on Fuinjutsu. Fuinjutsu is a subject Kyuubi never liked, maybe because it's the reason she is sealed, or maybe it's too boring for her. Whatever the case, watching the Fuinjutsu book in Naruto's lap, only one emotion ran through her: betrayal. Throwing the book from the window, she entered the mindscape again. Looking at Naruto lying on the grass made her blood boil. Ninjin, she said, anger seeping through with every word. Naruto looked at Kyuubi, brushing away the ninjin. So you found out? Hahaha, I should have told you earlier, he said while scratching the back of his sheepishly. Kyuubi's rage heightened to a new level. Before Naruto can move or dodge, Kyuubi punched him straight in stomach. Followed up by a knee. Blood flew out of his mouth as he tried to talk to Kyuubi. Why are you doing this? Naruto gasped out, still clutching his stomach. Why, because you betrayed me, that's why. I thought that you are different than other humans, but no, you are same selfish and greedy. She gritted out, red whips of chakra lashing out from her, destroying everything in its path. What are you talking about, Kyuubi-chan? I never betrayed you. If you are mad about my keeping Fuinjutsu a secret, I am sorry, I should have told you earlier, I am sorry. A dry chuckle escaped from her throat. Yeah, like it would have changed anything. Do you really think that I would let you turn me into your slave just because you told me earlier? Haha, very funny. Naruto's eyes widened at her proclamation. I never planned to make you my slave. I just wanted to understand the seal better. Before he could finish, Kyuubi interrupted. To gain control over me, make me your slave just like he tried to do many years ago. You all are same, you just wanted my pee this time. Naruto interrupted her by a punch to her face. No, I don't want to make you my slave, I just wanted to understand the seal better so that I can free you just like I told you in forest. Kyuubi's eyes narrowed at him dangerously. Oh really, you want to free me? She asked and he nodded. Then why haven't you done it until now? You could have freed me whenever you wanted. The only thing you have to do is remove that piece of paper, she said, while pointing towards a big oak tree on which a piece of paper can be seen with kanji of seal on it. Naruto's face darkened even more by hearing that you knew that all along and never told me. I have been studying Fuinjutsu for 3 months just to find a way to get you out of this seal. You should have told me earlier. He said and started moving towards the oak tree to remove the piece of paper. Lies, I am not going to fall for that, she said with a smirk which started to drop with his each step. As he was about to put his hands on paper, she moved as fast as she can, grabbing wrist of his outstretched. You do know that if you remove that piece of paper you will die when I escape this seal. Naruto's hand twitched a bit, putting a victorious smirk on her face. That's right, show your real color. Now I was fooled to believe that you are different from other humans. She was bought out from her internal musing by Naruto's statement. Well, first of all, I didn't know that it will kill, and second of all, it doesn't matter if by my death means your freedom. I don't care. Kyuubi looked at him like he had grown a few heads but was only able to say one word. Why? That's a very simple question to answer. Because you are my friend, the only friend I made myself. Jiji is Hokage, it's his duty to look after the people in village, and the only reason he pays me more attention is because I am a Jinchuriki, a weapon to scare different villages. For Yugao-chan it's her duty to protect me, but along the way she came to care about me. But you are with me from day one, not asking for anything in return for all your help. This is the least I can do. He said again, tried to move his hands towards the seal, but stopped as she tightened her grip on his wrist. What are you doing, Kyuubi-chan? If I remove this paper, you Kyuubi interrupted him by saying. Will ensure a fate worse than death for me. She have to blink a few times by seeing the speed by which he pulled his arm back from the seal, like it is some kind of vile thing. What do you mean? What I mean is when Shinigami-sama sealed me inside you, she only sealed yin half of my Yauki in you. Because if yang half was sealed inside you, then you would be dead in few hours due to chakra poisoning. So what is the problem? You can get your yang part back once outside, can't you? After all, you are immortal, Naruto said, not really seeing the problem in removing the seal. Yes, that is correct, but whenever a biju deform, it clings to the nearest yang energy so that it can produce more. But if you released me from seal now when I don't have any yang yauki, then my yin part will disperse as well, but my consciousness will roam the whole world, not feeling, seeing or sensing anything. You will be ensuring a fate worse than death for me. Naruto's head hung low until an idea popped in his mind. You need yang chakra, right? Seeing Kyuubi nodding, he continued, so then why don't you take my chakra? I need at least 5 taels worth chakra, and your total chakra is not anywhere near 1 tael, so it's not going to work. Is there any other way to get yang chakra for you? Naruto asked. Kyuubi looked at Naruto for a second before answering, well, we can use my siblings' chakra, but finding them would be pain in ass. And you are not strong enough to fight a Jinchuriki, so forget it. No. He shouted, shocking her. I know that right now I am not strong enough to beat a Jinchuriki, but from today I will train even harder so that I can defeat a Jinchuriki. It's a promise and you know I don't make promises. So I will do anything in my power to fulfill this one. You can count on that, Databeo. Naruto exclaimed before started moving away from the oak tree. Kyuubi bit her lower lip as if contemplating something when Naruto said, well, Kyuubi-chan, I will, but was cut off by Kyuubi saying something, not properly hearing her. What was that, Kyuubi-chan? I wasn't able to catch that. Kiyomi, my name is Kiyomi, Kyuubi said, blushing a bit. Kiyomi-chan, just as your name says, you are pure beauty, Naruto said, missing the red face of ancient being. Before disappearing from the mindscape. Then flashback. After searching for 3 long hours, Naruto finally reached the cell in which all females are kept. After freeing them, he started making his way towards Konoha. 2 days later, Konohagakure no Sado. Hokage office. Sarutobi sighed for nearly 100th time. Today you failed again, Naruto-kun, he said and shook his head. Not my fault. If you want to blame anyone, then blame academy staff, it's their fault. I am studying to become a genin, not a jounin, Naruto said with a scowl. What do you mean by that, Naruto-kun? Aged Hokage asked in a serious tone. What I mean is that I don't think that jutsu theory and chakra pulse are genin level skill. If I have to say, it's jounin level skill, so it shouldn't be in my test paper, should it? He asked while Sarutobi's face darkened. Anbu, he said, and 4 Anbu dropped from the ceiling. Bring me Uzumaki, Naruto's test records. All Anbu nodded and disappeared. Knock, knock. And Sarutobi said. A woman's head popped from behind the doors. Hokage-sama, you have some guests from Kiri, and they wish to meet you. What should I say, sir? The secretary asked. Send them in, Sarutobi said before turning towards Naruto. Naruto-kun. Naruto nodded before moving towards the couch and right side of the office. A few moments later, a very beautiful woman entered the office. Sarutobi have to pinch his nose so that he does not get a nosebleed. After all, the woman standing in front of him can be considered epitome of beauty. Nice to meet you, Hokage-sama. My name is Terumi May, auburn hair woman said. Nice to meet you, May-san. What can I do for you, Sarutobi greeted. Naruto, who was reading a book until now, glanced at the woman, and he have to say she is beautiful. Mei is a tall slender woman, maybe 20-21 years old. She has green eyes and ankle-length auburn hairstyle into herringbone pattern in back, with 4 bangs, 2 of them covering her right eye, while other 2 reaching her bust. She is wearing a long-sleeve dark blue dress that ends just below her knees. She is also wearing a mesh undershirt and blue skirt underneath mesh leggings with shin guards. She also has a pouch attached to her waist. Mei glanced towards Naruto, who looked back unwavering. Sarutobi, seeing this, said, "Don't worry about Naruto-kun, you can proceed without hesitation." Mei nodded and broke the eye contact before responding. "As you know, Hokage-sama, Kiri is facing a civil war for last 10 years, and right now both Rebel and Kiri's main forces are weakened from a decade-long war. That's why I came here to ask some assistance from Konoha. With your assistance we can finish this war more quickly and can prevent more bloodshed." Sarutobi took a puff from his smoke before answering, "I am really sorry, Mei-san, but I cannot help you in any way. Kyuubi attack 12 years ago is still fresh, and we are still recovering from that. We don't have enough manpower to spare. I am really sorry." Mei bit her lips before saying, "We will leave tonight, have a god day," Mei said as pleasantly as she can before leaving. A small smile appeared on Naruto's face after hearing everything. "Do you think I am ready to participate in a war, Kiyomi-chan?" Naruto asked through their mental link. Kiyomi hummed a bit before responding, "Well, the Riti did said that the war is going for 10 years. Then it will be right to assume that their quality of shinobi will be very low. I don't think we will have much problem. The only people you have to be aware of are Kiri no Shinobi, Gatonanan and Shu, 7 Swordmans of Mist. Apart from that there is nothing to worry about." "Well then it looks like we are going to Kiri." Naruto pumped his fist in air, getting a weird look from Sarutobi. "See you later, Jiji," Naruto said before leaving for his apartment to get packed for this upcoming war. Mei is livid. After nearly 1 month of journey she is still leaving empty-handed. She can hear the smart-ass comments some of her subordinates going to make once she reached Kiri. Only due to years of experience and battle instincts, she was able to dodge the kunai, which would have buried itself in her knees. Looking at kunai, her attention was brought to the piece of paper attached to it. Cautiously she reached for the paper before reading its contents. "I heard everything you said in Hokage office and I want to help you in ending civil war in Kiri. If you are interested, meet me 5 kilometers south from Konoha's main gate during midnight. I will be waiting." After reading the note she glanced at her surrounding before moving towards her hotel. Naruto came out of his hiding place looking at auburn hair women. He asked Kiyomi, "Do you think she will agree?" "It doesn't matter if she agrees or not, you will still be going to Kiri one way or another, isn't that right?" That is right. If my knowledge is correct, then the Yonde Mizukage is Sanbi Jinchuriki, and this is the best time to capture a Biju. Once we get Sanbi we will be 3 tails more closer freeing you," he said happily. Midnight, 5 kilometers south from Konoha. Mei and her 2 bodyguards are waiting for the man to show up who sent them the note. "I still don't think we should be here, Terumi-sama. It can be a trap." A blue-haired middle-aged man wearing standard Kiri-jounin uniform. But the most distinct feature about him is the eye patch on his left eye, which reads here in kanji. "I agree, Terumi-sama," the shorter one of the 2 said. "Just like the other man, he also have blue hair, wearing a blue cargo shirt and kumo pants. But the thing that attracts more attention towards him is a big hammer-like sword and sharp shark teeth. We should at least see who this person is before making any decision." "We will wait a bit," Aochijuro Mei said. "He is 20 minutes late. This shows that he does not care about the loss of other people. In my days shinobi used be very punctual, unlike this guy," Ao said. "Hey, it's not my fault that you are unable to sense my presence," Naruto said, coming out of bushes. "Yo, we meet again," Naruto said, waving towards Mei's direction. Mei's eyes widened a bit. "You are the same kid I saw today in Hokage's office. What are you doing here?" "Well, since I was the one who called you here, it's natural that I am here," Naruto calmly answered. "What is this, some kind of joke? If it is, it's not funny. We came all the way here to meet a kid who may still wet his diapers," Ao shouted. "I will suggest that you watch your mouth because I don't have any problem shutting it down myself." "Why you?" Ao started but stopped by a hand placed on his shoulder. "Who are you and how can you help us?" Mei asked. "Ah, finally someone intelligent. My name is Uzumaki Naruto, nice to meet you. And I can help you winning this war of yours." "Ah, what a kid like you can do. I am sure you don't even know how to hold a kunai properly," Ao taunted. "Well, even with that transplanted by Akugan of yours, you were still unable to detect me. I think that says a lot about my skills," Naruto said, surprising all 3 of them. "Even with that seal I can still sense a bit of chakra drain in your left eye. Is this proof enough or do you want more?" "Ah, so just because you have above average stealth and sensing ability, don't assume that you can join us," Ao taunted once again. "So being Kyuubi Jinchuriki is not enough to qualify?" Naruto asked while all 3 Kiri rebels looked at him wide-eyed. "So you are Kyuubi Jinchuriki?" Mei was the one who asked. After receiving a nod she has asked another question, "How can we trust you?" You can't, Naruto simply stated. Look, if you take me with you or not, I will be going to Kiri anyways. I have some personal business to attend. So if you don't want my help, there is another party in Kiri who will welcome me with open arms, so what is your decision? Naruto asked, looking straight in Mei's green orbs. Mei bit her lips before responding, very well, you can accompany us, but if you betrayed us I will kill you. You can't be serious, Darumi-sama, we can't trust this outsider. Ao said. That's enough, Ao, it's better for us to have Naruto-san as a friend instead of foe. We already have many problems with just one Jinchuriki, I don't want another one. I humbly thank you for your support, Naruto-san. With your help I am sure we will be able to end this war soon, she said with a serene smile. So how long it will take to reach Kiri? Naruto asked. Well, it's 4.5-week journey from Hai no Kuni to Mizu no Kuni. Mei answered. Well then, what are we waiting for, turning Ao's Byakugan into Sharingan, let's get moving. Mei giggled at Ao's expression, while Ao scowled at Naruto. The third member of Kiri team didn't said anything, just kept a close eye on Naruto. As the blonde started talking with Mei. Beware, Kiri Uzumaki, Naruto is coming. Naruto shouted atop of his lungs while Mei giggled and both swordsmen scowled at blonde Jinchuriki. What if Naruto's mother was Kami and Shinigami? End here, and thanks for watching my video till the end.